Very good morning all. Yes, can everyone hear me? Am I audible? Please let me know. Is my voice is clear? Okay, fine. See, I have collected many questions from various question banks. That's why I did not post the question today, right? I'll just write all the questions on the board. Questions are very simple only. So just you can make it and directly solve it, right? I did not post any question bank today because the question bank that I had collected from various sources. Fine. Let us solve the first question, right? I hope you all have revised the matrix fully. Anyway, keep your notes with you. Let's start from the beginning, okay? Fine. So the first question, note down, the question is the rank of a matrix is what? The question is the rank of a matrix is what? Right? One second, let me. Yeah, that is fine. I shall go to. Okay, that's fine. I think it's correct. Okay. So let me draw one more line. Okay, fine. Let's start. The first question is the rank of matrix A is what? Whereas matrix A is given as 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5, and 4, 6, 8. Okay. This is the matrix, given matrix. The question is, what is the rank of the matrix? What is the rank of the matrix? So we have to find the rank of the matrix for the given question. See, in order to find the rank of the matrix, we have two methods, right? But I told you, go up with the method 1. If you want to go up with the echelon form, you can proceed. It's up to you only, right? You have to decide that one. Anyway, the options are given as 0, option B 1, option C 2, option D 3. That is the given question. Shall you proceed? Don't wait for me, because in mathematics I did not taught you analysis point of view, right? There is no theories, right? Already we saw the procedure and we saw many examples. So directly take the question and just proceed further in order to bring out the answer. Okay. So what is the procedure? To find out the rank of the matrix, first step, what is the order of the matrix? Given it is 3 cross 3 square matrix. First thing, right? So let us try and find out the rank of the matrix. So what is the general possibility for this? The general possibility for this 3 cross 3 matrix is, we can go up to what? Minimum value is 1, maximum you can go up to 3, because since it is given, it is what? Square matrix. So directly you can take order, right? So maximum rank is lies in between 1 and 3. Let's start. In order to figure out the correct answer, we have to find out the determinant of the matrix, right? But we have to check whether the given it is singular matrix or non-singular matrix, right? So let's try. Determinant of the matrix is going to be 1 into 4 times of 8 is what? It is going to be 32. Exactly. Minus 6 times of 5 will give you 30. Minus 2 into second. We have to neglect correspondent column and row. 3 times of 8 will be 24. Minus 4 times of 5 will be 20. I think exactly that is correct, right? Next, plus 3 into 3 times of 6 is 18. Minus 4 times of 4 is 16. Okay. Let's proceed further. From this, 32 minus 30 will become 2, minus 2 into 24 minus 20 will become 4, plus 3 into 18 minus 16 will become 2, such that its correct answer is going to be, see there, 3 times of 2 will be 6, 6 plus 6, 8, 8 minus 8 will become 0. What is its? Given it is a singular matrix. First I understood given matrix is a singular matrix, right? So let me rub this one, or otherwise let us write the answer. If your matrix is singular, we saw there are two conditions, right? Anyway, when our matrix will become a singular matrix, then determinant of the, that is rank of the matrix will be reduced. Appo enna varum? This equation, this is the general equation. It can be rewritten as rank of the matrix must be less than 3, because if the determinant of the matrix is going to be 0, it means that the given matrix is singular matrix. For a singular matrix, definitely what will happen அப்படினா meaning என்ன அப்படினா, given இங்க 3 rowsல ஏதோ ஒரு row வந்து எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படினா கம்ப்ளீட்டா வந்து 0 ஆகுதுன்னு அர்த்தம். When we are proceeding with the echelon form, you will come to know that one row is completely 0, or we can say there might be dependent rows. டிபெண்டன்ட் ரோ அப்படின்னா ஒரு ரோவை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி இன்னொரு ரோ வந்து எக்ஸிஸ்ட் ஆயிருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி ரோல தான் என்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, when we are performing, right, dependent rows or columns, right, it's up to you. Listen guys, if I have 1 2 3, one more row might be 2 4 6, like right, this kind of combinations might be appear here. Okay, so in that point of view I can conclude directly. The thing is what, there might be some dependent rows or columns. It indicates one row is completely 0 அப்படினா meaning என்ன, rank of the matrix will be reduced below to the maximum value. Maximum value is 3 only, but now due to singular matrix, one row might be completely going to be 0. Because of that my rank will be reduced, right, and it is less than 3. Less than 3 in the sense either it might be 1 or 2. We have to choose that one, na? So we have to find out the exact rank. For that again, இப்போ நீங்க single 3x3 matrix 0 ஆயிடுச்சு, அப்ப கண்டிப்பா rank 3 கிடையாது. So it might be 1 or 2. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, again proceed further, find out the subsquare matrix determinant. Subsquare னா 3x3 க்கு அடுத்த subsquare வந்து 2x2. செக் பண்ணுங்க. First 1 into 4 minus 3 into 2, 6. 4 minus 6 will give you minus 2. See there, I said we have to select all possible combinations of 2x2 subsquare matrices, and then we have to find out the determinant for them, right? While finding the determinant for all possibilities of subsquare matrix, if any one subsquare matrix determinant will become not equal to 0, then the matrix order is going to be what, or the rank of the matrix is going to be 2. Clear? So from this it's clearly notes, since 2x2 matrix subsquare determinant, right, is not equal to 0, such that rank of the matrix will going to be exactly equal to 2. That is the correct answer for the given question, right? Now they are given 4 options, right? 0 1 2 3. So the correct answer is option C, right? I hope things are very clear to all. Let me read the second question, right? Let me rub this one. Yeah, many of you guys are posting your answer. I'm really feeling very happy. You can trust me, maths is very easy subject, right? But the thing is, the one and only thing is just you have to understand the basics very clearly, and understanding the basics also not a big task, because already whichever the things நீங்க electrical machines, power system, network analysis, power electronics இதில் strong ஆயிட்டீங்கன்னா then our electrical engineering will become very easy, because அங்கே தான் கொஞ்சம் analysis இருக்கும், right? Remaining things are very easy, you can directly crack the questions, right? Anyway, without wasting our time, let us moving on to the second one. Please forgive me, it's really freezing here, because I told you, no, chillness is very high nowadays, and every day we are facing rain, sometimes flooding. Yeah, fine. The second question is, a system of equation represented by, guys please write the statement, given it is a system of equation, right, is represented by, right, a system of equation is represented by ax equal to 0. A system of equation is represented by ax equal to 0, where x is a column vector of unknown. We know that one, right? X is a column vector of unknown. X is a column vector of unknown, right? X is a column vector of unknown, right? Now A is a matrix, okay, that's okay, that no, right, that we know, has a non-trivial solution when A, right? The matrix A is having, right, is having non-trivial solution. Matrix A is having non-trivial solution Non-trivial solution when? That is the question. Non-trivial solution when? That is the question, right? I am repeating once again. A system of equation is represented by Ax equal to 0, where x is a column vector of unknown. A is having non-trivial solution when? எப்போ வச்சிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. It is possible when A will become a non-singular matrix. Option A is given as non-singular. I am just expecting your answer. You just post your answer in the comment section. I am just waiting for your answer. If all of you are being triggered, then I will be feeling happy, right? Please post your answer because it's not a big question. Option D is going to be Hermitian matrix. Okay, fine. Anyone, can you please tell me the answer? The question is what they said. A system of equation is represented by Ax equal to 0. It clearly denotes that the given system is homogeneous system. Do you agree? Yes. That is the condition for homogeneous system. First conclusion. They are given the key. And second one is where x is the column vector. Okay, that's things that are known. Second thing, there we have non-trivial solution. Now we said there are two conditions, right? The conditions are what? In homogeneous system, definitely homogeneous system will have some solution. But that solution might be what? It might be trivial solution or it might be non-trivial solution. There are two possibilities. It might be trivial solution or non-trivial solution. But yesterday what we saw, trivial solution in the sense we are looking for non-singular matrix. It means determinant of the matrix will become not equal to 0. Now whenever we are looking for non-trivial matrix, it means we are looking for a determinant. So determinant of the matrix will going to be equal to 0. It's clearly notes. The thing is, in case of trivial solution, right, it means all the vector component x1, x2 up to xn are going to be equal to 0. That is the one and only solution. Clear? Because my determinant is not equal to 0, it means rank of the matrix will become number of unknown vector. For this case, I have only one trivial solution. When we are looking for non-trivial solution, rank of the matrix will become less than number of unknowns. In that case, your system will have many solution. Your system will have many solution. That things we had concluded already. Clear? So what is the answer? Correct answer for our question. In our case, given it is, okay, it is a homogeneous system. In homogeneous system, given it is, when this matrix is said to be non-trivial, then we have to appear at this point. Right? See, if your determinant is equal to 0, not equal to 0, then that matrix is called a non-singular matrix. We all know. If the determinant of the matrix will become equal to 0, then that matrix is called a singular matrix. That also we all know. In that point of view, the correct answer for our question is going to be what? Singular, right? So they said they are given 4 options. So the correct answer is option B. Yeah, many of you had posted your answer. Very happy. Okay, the next question is, let me rub this one. Once again, the next question given it is, let A be a 3x3 matrix. Let A, caps A, be a 3x3 matrix. Let A be a 3x3 matrix, right? Let A be a 3x3 matrix. Let's A be a 3x3 matrix with the rank 2, right? With the rank 2. Let's A be a 3x3 matrix with the rank 2. Yeah, let me do one thing. I'm avoiding using red and green. That's the problem with me, I think. Fine, let's start. Let's, given it is A be a 3x3 matrix, given it is with they said rank of the matrix. I'm just writing like this, rank of the matrix given as 2, right? They said then Ax equal to 0 has, the question is, then Ax equal to 0 has, all the question mudiche. Let A be a 3x3 matrix with the rank 2, then Ax equal to 0 has. Ax equal to 0 has. They said they are given 4 options. Option A, only the trivial solution, x equal to 0, only the trivial solution, only the trivial solution where x equal to 0, that is x equal to 0. Second they said, right? Second is only independent solution, sorry, one independent solution. You'll have only one independent solution. You'll have only one independent solution. And option C, it's given as 2 independent solution. They said 2 independent solution. I'm just writing, dragging the answer. Option C, 3 independent solution. They said 3 independent solution. First of all, let us collect the data. Given it is the 3 cross 3 matrix, first conclusion. And second, they said that is homogeneous system. Just now, we had been recaptured the properties of homogeneous system. Right? In case of homogeneous system, what we saw, there are two possibilities. Right? One is your system might have trivial solution, or our system might have non-trivial solution. Our system might have trivial solution or non-trivial solution. Now, when we are looking for trivial solution, the correspondent matrix is non-singular matrix. Its determinant is not equal to 0. But what they have said, the thing is, see, in case of, if your determinant is not equal to 0, then what will be the rank of the matrix? Directly we can say rank of the matrix equal to n. But when we are looking for non-trivial solution, in case of non-trivial solution, we are looking for singular matrix, so determinant will become equal to 0, such that rank of the matrix will become less than n. Right? Now, I would like to ask you one more question. If your determinant of the matrix is not equal to 0, we all know that matrix is called non-singular matrix. Right? If your determinant is not equal to 0, then that matrix is called non-singular matrix. If it is equal to 0, then that matrix is called a singular matrix. This நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், correct? Of course, this statement is exactly true. But now, my question is, see, அப்ப இதோட value வந்து not equal to 0 அப்படின்னா, for example, given it is 3 cross 3 matrix, right? அப்ப 3 cross 3 matrixல இருக்க எல்லா rows and columnsum independent of each other அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாமா? Right? Your rows and column vectors are linearly independent each other. Are you agree with me? அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்ன? ஒரு row வச்சு இன்னொரு row உங்களால எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு அர்த்தம். லீனியர்லி டிபெண்டன்ட் அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்னங்க? இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோல வந்து 1 2 3 இருக்கு. இந்த ரோவை 2 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணா எனக்கு செகண்ட் ரோ வருது அப்படின்னா தட் இஸ் கால்ட் லீனியர்லி டிபெண்டன்சி. இன் தட் கேஸ், இந்த மாதிரி கேஸ்ல வந்து நீங்க டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா டிட்டர்மினன்ட் will become 0. தட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் சிங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ். ஸோ இன் கேஸ் ஆஃப் சிங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ், ரைட், இங்க நீங்க என்ன எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா யூ கேன் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் லீனியர்லி, ரைட், ஸோ யூ கேன் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் லீனியர்லி டிபெண்டன்ட் வெக்டர்ஸ். Right, there might be a chances of getting linearly dependent vectors in case of singular matrix. Whenever we are looking for non-singular matrix, your matrix is always what? Linearly independent, right? So the matrix that you are facing here, it is called what? Linearly independent matrix. So that is linearly independent. We can write that is going to be linearly dependent. Sorry, linearly independent. That's why my determinant is not equal to 0. Determinant not equal to 0 வருது அப்படின்னா there is no dependency between the rows and columns. Either you can consider columns or you can consider rows, right? If there is no dependency between the rows or between the columns, then that matrix is called a non-singular matrix and its correspondent determinant of the matrix is going to be not equal to 0. In such a case, that is called, the answer is what? Linearly independent solution. Whereas when you are looking for linearly dependent, in this case you cannot say all the people are linearly dependent. நீங்க என்ன சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா it is depending on the rank that we are choosing. இது எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா linearly dependent vectors அப்படிங்கறது, for an example I have 3 rows. இப்போ 3 rows இருக்குன்னா இங்க நமக்கு என்ன இருக்கலாம்? 9 6 சம்பந்தமே இல்லாத ஒரு வேல்யூ இங்க இருந்திருக்கலாம். இங்க பாருங்க, so the conclusion is in case of singular matrix either 3 rows might be depending on each other. மூணு ரோவுமே ஒருத்தர் டிபெண்டன்சில இருந்திருக்கலாம், இல்ல 2 rows மட்டும் டிபெண்டன்சில வந்திருக்கலாம். Right? 2 rows மட்டும் டிபெண்டன்சில வந்திருக்கலாம். Right? So the conclusion is what? The conclusion is, if the thing is, இப்போ இந்த ரோ மட்டும் என்ன, சரி, இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 2 rows மட்டும் டிபெண்டன்ஸ்ல இருக்கு, மற்ற 2 row வந்து டிபெண்டன்ஸ்ல இல்ல அப்படின்னா then what will happen? Resultant rank of the matrix is going to be 2. Guys listen, I am repeating, let me write like this. நான் இப்போ இங்க எழுதுறேன் 1 1 1 2 2 2 and here I am writing 3 4 6. இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவும் செகண்ட் ரோவும் ஒன்னு டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி இருக்கு, such that நீங்க உங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை 2 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு செகண்ட் ரோவையும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவையும் சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா this row will become 0 according to Echelon form. So I can make one row as completely 0, but இந்த row உங்களால 0 ஆக்க முடியாது, such that we can say there are 2 linearly independent vectors. Clear? Second case என்ன அப்படின்னா, see, let me rub this one. In the second case is we can expect like this. Expectation 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. Then what happens? See there, first row 2 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு செகண்ட் row first row ல இருந்து சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will become 0. Similarly, first row 3 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு third row சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா this is also will become 0. Such that in this case rank of the matrix will going to be equal to 1. Here your rank of the matrix will going to be equal to 2. Here we have what? What is the conclusion here? Here I have independent solution, two independent vectors, right? Two linearly independent vectors. One is what? Depending on other people. So what is the conclusion here? So from that we can save our answer. Option inge kuduthiranga. So only one trivial solution for this one, one independent solution? No. Now there are two independent solution, right? You can expect. Why? Because why? Rank of the matrix is given as 2. Rank of the matrix is given as 2. So you will have two independent vectors here, solutions, right? Okay, fine. So this is going to be 0. Anyway, what is the formula to find out the independency or dependency? Guys, listen. Wait a minute. I made a small mistake. I did not find out the dependent solution. Okay. Guys, please. Rank of the matrix is given as what? 2, such that one row is completely going to be 0, right? And here rank is going to be 1, here rank is going to be 2, right? In this case, if you are finding the independent solution, please wait a minute, I made a small mistake. Independent solution is nothing but what? Nullity. Do you remember? Null space. Nullity அப்படிங்கிறது யாரோ? That is dimensions of null space. I hope you all remember. Dimensions of null space can be written as what? Formula is what? Number of columns minus rank of the matrix, right? Right, okay. Now what is the number of columns here? How many number of columns are there? 1, 2, 3. Total I have 3 columns minus what is the rank of the matrix? Rank of the matrix is given as 2, such that 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. Anyway, you can directly give the answer for this question, but for your understanding I had been went up with this blah blah solutions, right? So what is the conclusion here? Linearly dependency, linearly independency, in the sense if your system is completely linearly independent, then that system is called what? Then that matrix is called a non-singular matrix, right? You have to remember these things. Similarly, when your matrix is completely dependent, then either you can expect rank might be 2 or rank might be 1. So these things at all, it's required while solving the problem. Anyway, for our question, finally rank 2 denotes one row is completely going to be 0, that is depending on, right? This row is now, see there, it will become null row. That is called nullity, right? Or dimensions of null space. This is called dimensions of null space. If you want to find out the dimensions of null space, then select total number of columns minus rank of the matrix. That will give you the null space of the matrix. Clear? Yes. So the null space is going to be, that is called linearly independent solution. I hope things are very clear to you all. So the correct answer is what? Not 2, right? I did not notice that word actually, sorry. That is going to be 1 independent solution. Okay. I hope things are clear to you all. Let me rub this one. Okay. Take the next one. Don't forget that formula, that is an independent solution. I told you, right? Number of independent solution or dimensions of null space or nullity, right? Do remember that one, that's very important. Okay, let's moving on to the next question. Identity, which one of the following is an eigenvector of the matrix? Okay, listen. Actually the given it is matrix A is given, right? The given matrix A is, right? For the given matrix 1, 0 and -1, -2, that is the given matrix. That is the given matrix. Now the question is, identify the which one of the following is an eigenvector of the matrix, right? They are given 4 options. Option A, they said that is going to be -1, 1 whole transpose. Option B, given as 3, -1 whole transpose. Option C, given as 1, -1 whole transpose. Option D, they said that is -2, 1 whole transpose. Clear? Yes. Now what is the question? The question is, which one of the following is an eigenvector? We have to find out the which one of the following is an eigenvector. Question is eigenvector. We cannot directly guess it, right? The question is eigenvector. What is the procedure? Step number 1. If you want to find out the eigenvector, given it is the 2 cross 2 matrix. For your 2 cross 2 matrix, you will have 2 eigenvalues. For each and every eigenvalue, you will have one set of vector. அவங்க இப்போ 2 eigenvalue வரும், 2 eigenvalueக்கு 2 vector வரும், அதில் ஒரு vector தான் இங்கே ஆப்ஷனில் இருக்கு. So directly we cannot guess the answer, right? So let's proceed further, right? If I will take this matrix, find out the characteristic equation first. Lambda square minus a times of lambda plus b equal to 0. Exactly, that is true. Now what is the value of a here? Lambda square minus, since a is the sum of diagonal elements, we all know a is the sum of diagonal elements. What do you mean by sum of diagonal elements? This is the sum of diagonal elements such that 1 plus minus 2, right? So that is I have 1 plus minus 2, so 1 minus 2 will become minus 1. Similarly, when we are looking for B, that is determinant of the matrix. Determinant in the sense product of diagonal, right, minus product of off diagonal. So off diagonal value is 0 because minus 1 into 0 will become 0. 1 into minus 2 will become minus 2. Let us substitute this value here. Already we have a minus, right? For A I got one more minus 1 such that it will become plus lambda. What about B? For B we are getting minus 2 such that it is going to be minus 2. Right? Can we break them directly? Let's try. It is going to be minus 2. If I'll do 1 minus 1 plus 2, I think this is correct, right? Minus 1 into plus 2 will become minus 2. If I'll add these two people, I'm getting plus 1, right? Such that these roots can be broken as lambda minus 1 into lambda plus 2 will be equal to 0. Yes, we got two eigenvalues. One is lambda equal to 1 and another one is lambda equal to minus 2. Right, we got two eigenvalues. So our next target is we have to find out the eigenvector, right? So let us proceed further. So we got two eigenvalues. One is 1 comma minus 2. Yes, right? So let me rub these things and let's try and bring the answer. Please do it by yourself. Don't wait for me. I'm repeating. Max is very easy, right? After solving, because already we had been solved many problems, examples problems. So solving these problems won't be too difficult for you all except very few questions. Fine. Let's start our target. Lambda equal to 1, correspondent eigenvector. What is the formula to obtain the eigenvector? A minus lambda times of I into x will be equal to 0. Clear? Yes. Now let us substitute. Now matrix A is given as what? 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, exactly, minus lambda into unit matrix that is given as 1, 0, 0, 1, right? And let us close them, let us club them together, and with this its correspondent matrix here we are going to consider x1 x2 will be equal to 0, right? If you are reducing this expression further, right, so let me write in the next step this matrix can be further written as, see there, 1 minus lambda into 1 such that it is become 1 minus lambda, exactly, and then 0 minus lambda into 0 will become 0. Next minus 1 minus lambda into 0 will become minus 1. Next minus 2 into minus lambda, sorry, minus 2 minus lambda will become minus 2 minus lambda. Okay, with this we are going to consider the vectors as x1 and x2 and they are going to be equal to 0. Clear? Exactly. Let us substitute the eigenvalues. First one is, the first eigenvalue is lambda equal to 1, right? We got two eigenvalues. First lambda equal to 1. If I substitute lambda equal to 1, then what I will get? Let us see. If I substitute lambda equal to 1, then 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. Again, here it is going to be 0. And here it is going to be minus 1. Here it is going to be, putting 1 and substitute minus 2 minus 1 will become minus 3. And its correspondent eigenvectors are x1, x2 and they are going to be equal to 0. Right? Did anyone got the answer? Please post your answer. Option B, I don't know. Let's check, right? Someone posted, her answer is, I think Sudha ma'am, right? What about others? Post some other, Gauri ma'am also got the answer. What about others? Post your answer. Let's write the answer, minus x1 minus 3 times of x2 equal to 0. Guys, listen. This equation of 0 into x1 plus 0 into x2 will be equal to 0. Second equation will become minus 1 into x1 minus 3 into x2 will become 0. Anyway, with the first equation we cannot do anything. So let us proceed with the second equation. From this I can write minus x1 equal to plus 3 times of x2, or you can write like this, right? x1 equal to minus 3 times of x2, both are correct. Clear? In the minus you can consider such that it can be written as, first case x1 x2, right? It can be written as, actually in the step 1 second, let me write complete steps, right? Such that it can be written as x1 by x2 equal to 3 by minus 1 in this case, and here it can be written as x1 by x2 equal to minus 3 divided by plus 1. So the correct answer is either it might be 3 minus 1 or minus 3 plus 1. Both are correct answer. Okay, option larka, yes, right? 3 minus 1 is there, so we can pick this one. Anyway, obtaining the second eigenvalue vector also very important because other options inga irukka abdingiradhu namakku theriyala, right? Adai check panni paathuroma. Anyway, we got the answer for first one. Let us proceed with the second eigenvalue, lambda equal to minus 2. Let's try and find the eigenvector for that one also. So many of you guys have posted the answer. Yeah. Fine. Lambda equal to 2 substitute pannunga. If I trigger with the lambda equal to minus 2, minus 2. Minus 2 na answer enna varum? Minus 2 na 1 minus of minus 2 will become 3. 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus of minus 2 will become minus 4. I think I made a mistake, right? Here it is 1 minus of minus 2 will be plus 2. Here minus 2 minus of minus 2 will become plus 2, no? So it will be 0. Sorry guys, I made a small mistake, right? So that is going to be x1. Here it is going to be x2 equal to 0. If I solve this equation, this is going to be, first equation can be written as 3x1 plus 0x2 will be equal to 0. Second one, minus 1x1 plus 0 into x2 will be equal to 0. Such that if I solve any one of this equation, நீங்க எதை solve பண்ணாலும், see, first one solve பண்ணீங்கன்னா 0 into x2 will be completely 0. See, I don't know the value of x2, but I know it is finite value. It is finite value that I know, but that value is not known. But 0 into anything except infinity, 0 into anything except infinity will become 0 only, na? So this total value will be 0. Without knowing the value of x2, we can make this total value as 0, such that 3 into x1 plus 0 equal to 0, or I can say x1 equal to 0. Similarly, the second one is minus x1 plus 0 into x2. It can be considered as, let us proceed, 0 into x2, once again it will be 0 only. So minus 1 into x1 plus 0 equal to 0, or I can say directly x1 equal to 0 only. Now, guys, we have been solved these two equations, but I got the answer for x1. Can anyone guess the value of x2? Do you know? Can you find out the value of x2 from here? No, sir. The informations offered by the x2 cannot be collected from here. Why? Because since x2 is always being multiplied by a coefficient of 0. So, ஒரு x2ன்ற person கூட பக்கத்துல 0 இருக்காரு அப்படினா during multiplication we cannot gather that person information. அந்த person information gather பண்ண முடியாது. So, I can say x2 can be anything that is not known. So the correct answer for the second case is 0k. That's all. Clear? Anyway, such type of option is not available here. So the correct answer we can go with this one only. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all. Let's take the third question, right? So let us wait a minute. I have a small issue here. Yeah. Let's go ahead with the third one, right? Next one is select the third question. Let me rub these things. Yeah. In third question, they said for a given 2 cross 2 matrix, it is observed that, guys, please write down the question. For a given 2 cross 2 matrix, it is observed that, right? They are observing, it is observed that A into, here they are getting 1 minus 1 is equal to, right? A 1 minus 1 equal to minus of 1 minus 1. I think they got, right? Similarly, second equation they got A 1 minus 2 equal to minus 2. Here they got 1 minus 2. Here they got 1 minus 2. See, actually the given is what? Let me repeat. Let us cross check once. A 1 minus 1 equal to minus of 1 minus 1. A 1 minus 2 equal to minus 2 1 minus 2. Actually the question is what? The question is then the matrix A is what? Then the matrix A is what? That is the question. Anyway, they are given 4 options. Let me write all the options here. Option A, they said, right? In option A, they said minus 2, 1, minus 1, minus 1, right? And option B is going to be minus 1, 0, 0, minus 2, right? And option C is going to be 1, 1, minus 1, minus 2, right? Yes, that is they are given in the option A. In the option B they said 1, 1, minus 1, minus 2. Yes, and option B is going to be 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, right? And option C is going to be, option B 2, 1, minus 1, minus 1. Don't be wonder, right? Just by solve these expressions, you'll get the answer, right? Let me write. Is it visible to you all? Can I write the option C here? No, that is not possible, right? Let us go ahead with the option C. Option C, let me drag here. 1, 1, minus 1, minus 2. Option C, that is 1, 1, minus 1, minus 2. Yeah, That's correct. Minus 1, 0, 0, minus 2. Yes. And they had given one more matrix, that is 2, 1, minus 1, minus 1. 2, 1, minus 1, minus 1. That is what they had given, right? In the third case, I think it is visible. Yeah, that's perfect. Option D, they said 0, minus 2, 1, minus 3. Let me write somewhere here. Option D, they said 0, minus 2, 1, minus 3. Okay. Guys, listen. Actually, they had given some relations in the question, right? This is the relation actually, right? They had given some relations. Relation 1, relation 2, they had given here. Now, from this relation, by solving these two equations, we have to find the matrix A, first conclusion. And then you have to take the options. See, here they had given 3 matrix. If in the 3 matrix club panina, you are getting 1 matrix. In the 3 matrix club panina, you are getting 1 matrix. In the 3 matrix club panina, you are getting 1 matrix. And the 1 matrix will be equal to matrix A. அவங்க அப்படி தான் கொடுப்பாங்க. ஏன்னா மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ரொம்ப இன்டெரக்டாக கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எடுக்க முடியாது. அதனால இருக்கிற கொஸ்டினையே எப்படி இன்டெரக்டாக எடுக்கலாம் அப்படின்றத யோசிச்சு தான் கொஸ்டினை ஃப்ரேம் பண்ணுவாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ தெர் இஸ் நோ ப்ராப்ளம், யூ கேன் டைரக்ட்லி அப்ரோச், ரைட்? எஸ், ஃபைன். லெட்ஸ் see the solution for this one. Take this one, right? Let us talk about given equation. Guys, listen. It clearly denotes, since it is the vector and its order is 2 cross 1. Do you agree? 2 rows with 1 column. Similarly, here also we have 2 cross 1. It means actually how it is look like? It's look like A into X equal to B. Do you agree with me? Yes, it is looking like AX equal to B. ஏன்னா AX equal to B நம்ம எப்படி எழுதுவோம் அப்படின்னா, for an example, if I'll consider 2 cross 2 matrix A, B, C, D, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு matrix நம்ம consider பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, its correspondent vectors are x1, x2, and it should be equal to matrix B will appear here. Let me write B1, B2. Let us drag matrix B here. Can I write like this? It is in the same form, but matrix A is hidden. Let us substitute. இப்போ இந்த ஈக்குவேஷன் அப்படியே இங்க சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணுங்க. Instead of considering A, let us consider, right? It is a 2 cross 2 matrix. From this I found. So it is A, B, C, D. Exactly, that is true. Same matrix will appear here, right? So A, B, C, D, right? Yes. Right? Yes, that is what it was given. Now let us try and solve these two equations in order to bring the answer. Please do it by yourself because I had given the key now. Solve these two equations, you will get the answer. Take the first one. இதை நம்ம எப்படி எழுதலாம்? இதை அப்படியே ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. A into 1, it can be written as A into 1, right? A into 1 in the sense A only, minus B into 1 in the sense B only, equal to minus into 1 will become minus 1. Similarly, C into 1, C, D into minus 1 will become minus D, equal to minus into minus 1 will become plus 1. Yes, we got one equation. Similarly, if I solve these two, right, let us take A into 1, exactly A, minus 2 into B, 2B equal to minus 2, right? Guys, minus 2 into 1 will become minus 2. Second, C into 1, minus 2 into D equal to minus 2 into minus 2 will become plus 4. I hope things are very clear to you all. Now, let us solve these two equations and let us solve these two equations to obtain the value of A, B, C, D. See how simple your questions are, but it is looking like too difficult, right? Yes, let's go ahead. If I solve these two equations, see actually what I was getting here, A minus B is equal to minus 1 and A minus 2B is equal to minus 2, correct? See, for that, let me take the second equation. அப்படியே subtract பண்ணிக்கலாமா? subtract பண்ணுங்க. subtractனா first second equationோட sign நம்ம change பண்ணனும். இங்க plus இருக்கு, அதை minus ஆ மாத்துங்க. அப்போ minus plus ஆ மாறிடும், minus plus ஆ மாறிடும். I am multiplying by minus 1 in the whole equation, right? அப்போ A minus A will become 0. Minus B plus 2B will become B. Minus 1 plus 2 will become plus 1. Such that I got the answer for B. So B is equal to 1. First conclusion. Let us write the matrix here. B is equal to 1 in the sense A, B, C, D. B is equal to 1 here. Similarly, if B is equal to 1, B எடுத்துட்டு வந்து ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷன்ல சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணுங்க. இப்போ B equal to 1 நீங்க சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படினா, see there A minus 1 equal to minus 1. Minus 1 getting cancelled, so A will become equal to 0. So I got the answer for A also. A is going to be 0. Now let us try and solve these two equations, right? C minus D and C minus 2D. Let's see what we are going to get now, right? So let us take next to two equations, right? So C minus D. C minus D equal to plus 1. C minus 2D equal to plus 4, such that if I solve these two equations, see there C minus C is going to be 0. Just to change the sign of second equation, right? Minus will become plus, plus will become minus, such that C minus C will become 0. Minus D plus 2D will become plus D, equal to 1 minus 4 will become minus 3, such that I got the answer for D. D is equal to minus 3. What about B, C? If D is equal to minus 3 in the substitute பண்ணீங்கன்னா, D is minus 3 equal to 1. You can take any this either one, this one or this one. and substitute d is equal to minus 3 such that c plus 3 equal to 1, or I can say c is equal to 1 minus 3 or minus 2. I can write this is minus 2. So we got the answer for matrix, right? So the matrix A will become 0, 1, minus 2, minus 3. We have to pick up the same answer from these 4 options. We have to pick up the same answer from these 4 options, right? So let me try it by myself. Please wait few seconds. I have to try with this. This one, it's no. It's option A, option B, one to come. Yeah. Select option C first. Let's proceed with the option C because my mind is triggering with the option C. Let's go ahead with the option C first because there I am getting some values. Yeah. Check pannilama. And option C eduthu multiply pannunga. See, in option C first I will do multiplication. In the rendu matrix multiply pannunga. If I will multiply those two matrix, that will become first row with the first column. 1 into minus 1 plus 0 into 1 will become minus 1. 1 into 0 plus 1 into minus 2 will become minus 2. Minus 1 into minus 1 plus minus 2 into 0 will become plus 1. Minus 1 into 0 minus 2 into minus 2 will become plus 4. Right, exactly. With the second, last we have one more matrix, 2, 1, minus 1, minus 1. If I will reduce these two matrix, then I will get the answer as minus 1 into 2 will become minus 2. Minus 2 into plus 2 will become 0. Next, 1 into minus 1, sorry, minus 1 into 1 will become minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 will become plus 1. 1 into 2 will become 2. 2 plus minus 4, right? So 2 minus 4 will give you minus 2. 1 into 1 plus 4 minus 1, it will become minus 3, right? Am I getting the same answer? Yes, right? Just by practice it will become easy, right? Otherwise you'll have to try. First take option A, multiply these three things together. See, don't be lazy. I'm repeating, some of you definitely having this issue. Because for me also, when I was starting my preparation, I had faced the same issue. The problem is, if I will feel this type of big questions, if I will see, though it is looking like easy, our mind will think like this, we have to solve this one, or without knowing these things, இது எப்படி கொண்டு வரதுன்ற tricks உங்க மைண்ட்ல தோணாது. Nothing is there. Just we have to reduce this equation. How many minutes will take for this? 1 minute. If you try hardly, only it will take 1 minute to bring out the answer, right? Anyway, the correct answer is option C. Because I'm just whichever the answer that I got here, same answer I'm getting in the option C also. The question is matrix A is what? Yes, I found the answer as 0, 1, minus 2, minus 3. So the correct answer is option C, right? Let's proceed with the next question. Next question. One second, I will rub this one now. Let us proceed with the next question, right? Okay, fine. Let us go ahead with the next question, right? The next question is given as, let's A be an n cross n real matrix such that, guys listen, let A be an n cross n real matrix. Let A be an n cross n real matrix, right? Just let us consider, let A be an n cross n real matrix such that right, such that A square equal to I, such that A square equal to I under they said under Y, right? Under Y they are given Y be an n dimensional vector, Y be an n dimensional vector, right? So just n dimensional vector, they are given something, right? That is vector equation, that's all, right? x1, x2, x3, that is vector, right? Like that they are considering Y, right? So that is Y is n dimensional vector here. Then the linear system of equation, then they said, right? Then the linear system of equation, then the linear system of equation can be written as A into x is equal to y. So it's clearly denotes they are talking about matrix B here, right? So y is what? I said that y1, y2, y3. Like x is what? x1 is to x3. It is a set of vector. For this, in the same way, they are writing the dimensional vector as y. So y can be treated as dimensional vector. That is y1, y2, y3. That is nothing but matrix B. Don't think too much, right? It's over. Next has ax equal to y has. They said there are 4 options they are given. Option A, they said no solution. Option A, they said no solution. Option B, they said unique solution. Option B, they said unique solution. Option C, they said more than one but finitely many independent solution. That is wrong actually. they said actually more than one, right? More than one, but finitely many independent solution. இப்படியெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்த்தோமா? No. More than one, but finitely many independent solution. Anyway, this option is wrong. Finitely many independent solution. We have three possibilities. No solution, unique solution, infinite solution, right? Yes. Anyway, option D, they said infinitely many independent solution. Yes, I might consider this one, right? Infinitely many infinitely many independent solution. Clear? Yes, they are given 4 options. Shall we proceed further? Yes, let's try and bring the answer for this question. Guys, listen. Actually, what it was given, let A be an n cross n real matrix, okay, such that they said A square equal to I, unit matrix. அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? There was a matrix A. அந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸ் கூட இன்னொரு மேட்ரிக்ஸை நீங்கள் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிங்கன்னா A cross A will become A ஸ்கொயராக மாறுது. கரெக்டாக அந்த A ஸ்கொயர்டு வேல்யூ வந்து யாருக்கு ஈக்குவலாக வந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னா இட்ஸ் பிகம் a யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ இட்ஸ் பிகம் a யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ், right? Exactly. Now the question is, yes, it's a unit matrix and y be an n dimensional vector. Although they are talking about matrix B here, I don't want to know these things, right? Let's proceed further. First of all, because they are not given any values for matrix B and A at all, right? Okay, fine. Then the linear system of equation in the matrix oda equation the solution என்னவா இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இருக்கா? Guys, very simple. A square equal to I அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு கொடுத்திருக்காங்கல, that statement clearly denotes A square equal to I அப்படினா anyway they are given Ax equal to B என்ற மேட்ரிக்ஸ் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. இதுக்கு வந்து 3 possibilities இருக்கா? No solution வரலாம், இல்ல solution வரலாம். Solution வந்துச்சு அப்படினா there are 3 possibilities, right? What we saw, given it is a homogeneous equation, non-homogeneous equation, given it is the non-homogeneous equation, it has 2 possibilities. Either that system might not have any solution or it might have some solution. If it is having solution, then there are 2 possibilities. One is either it might be unique solution or infinite solution. We all know these things with the conditions, everything we know, right? Now what they are given, the conclusion is first system la solution varano appadina adukku rank of A um rank of AB um equal ah varanum, right? Rank of A um rank of AB equal ah varanum. So whenever your rank of A will become not equal to the value of rank of AB, then your system will not going to provide any solution. Exactly, that is true, right? So anyway, let's try and prove this one, right? The thing is, the conclusion is, in our cases A square equal to I clearly denotes. See there, this one simple statement will give you the complete answer for this one without knowing the matrix values at all, right? Because what is this, இத நம்ம எப்படி எழுதலாம் கவனிங்க. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படினா இந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஓட டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்றேன். Why? Because whenever I was trying to find out the rank of any person, I used to go with the singularity or non singularity. I'm just checking whether the given matrix is singular matrix or non singular matrix. Am I correct? Yes, that is the procedure that we are standardly following since when I was starting the matrix, right? So let us proceed in the same way. I would like to find out, trigger the determinant of this matrix. Can anyone tell me the answer? What is the determinant of matrix A? Let me prove it. See there, this A square actually it is A cross A only. Is there any mistake? No, that is correct. If A cross A is equal to I, then its correspondent determinant of the matrix will become, see there, determinant of A can be dragged as like this dot, determinant of A can be dragged like this equal to determinant of I. Can anyone, what is the determinant of I? That is 1. Why? Because that is unit matrix, its determinant is always 1, right? Yes. So the happy news is what? Determinant of A dot determinant of A can be written as determinant of A square, so which is equal to 1. So I can say determinant of A should be equal to, if I'll take square root on both sides, it will become plus or minus 1, right? It will become plus or minus 1 because square and the book pass panninga plus or minus square root of 1 and 1, root of 1 will become 1 only na. So the happiest news is the given matrix ஒரு n cross n matrix நம்ம கிட்ட கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, அந்த matrix ஓட determinant not equal to 0 னு வந்திருக்கு. So what is the conclusion here? If the determinant of the matrix is not equal to 0, then I can say rank of A, rank of AB and the number of unknowns vectors all are going to be equal. That system will provide only unique solution. Am I correct? Do you guys are having any doubts here? Of course, some of you might having the doubts, but when I was finding the rank of the matrix, let me prove it, right? So right, in order to prove this one, let me take a matrix, right? Best example for you all, right? So anyway, I told you this is a determinant of A is equal to plus I. Matrix A oda determinant not equal to 0 வா வந்துருச்சு அப்படினா, right? When non homogeneous system la matrix A ஓட determinant not equal to 0 வருது அப்படின்னா that system will provide unique solution only. Am I correct? Now, yesterday when I was solving the problems, example problems, we saw this type of models, right? Anyway, let me conclude. Let me try and figure out the answer, right? I hope these things are clear to you all. Let me prove it. அப்போ ஒரு matrix non-homogeneous systemல matrix A ஓட determinant not equal to 0 இருந்தா unique solution தான் வருமா? Yes. எப்படி? Prove பண்ணிடலாமா? Take some example, right? We cannot take n cross n matrix. Order is not known. Na எவ்வளவு பெரிய matrix எழுத முடியும் உங்களால? I cannot. So for that, let me go ahead with the 2 cross 2 matrix. Simply, let's try and find some 2 cross 2 matrix value. Let me take 2, 4, 0, 1. That's enough, right? Big values are not required here. So let us go ahead. x1, x2, right? Now, see, I don't want to bother about the value of b. You can take any value for b. You can take any value. Let me figure it out. b1, b2. You can consider any value for b. I no need to be panic about this b. But I know this is non-homogeneous system that is given. So what is the conclusion here? இது தெரியாம உங்களால solution find பண்ண முடியுமா? Yes, we can. How? Find out the determinant of matrix A. If I will find the determinant of matrix A, 2 into 4 will become 8 minus 0 into 1 will become 0 such that answer is 8 only, that is not equal to 0. That system is called non-singular matrix. Do you agree with me? Yes, you have to. That is non-singular matrix. If it is non-singular matrix, then rank of this matrix will going to be exactly 2. Why? Because rank of the matrix usually the generalist form is, right? Generally it can be written as 1 to n. That is the order of the matrix. N denotes, that is the rank of the matrix. N denotes the order of the matrix. Order is 2. Since it is the square matrix, na, order is 2. But now determinant is not equal to 0. If your determinant is not equal to 0, non-singular matrix இது transform ஆகுதுனா directly we can write the rank of the matrix equal to order of the matrix such that its rank will become 2. First we got the happy news for rank A. So let me figure it out. அப்ப rank A ஓட matrix வந்து right, A ஓட rank வந்து 2 தான் வந்திருக்கா. இப்போ A வையும் B யும் club பண்ணலாமா guys? For any value of B, whichever the statement that I am giving here, make these statements very clearly because whichever the problems நீங்கள் எந்த ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட்லையுமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு 50 ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வந்து நீங்கள் கிளியரான அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்கில் தெளிவாக சால்வ் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுற ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் முன்னாடி நீங்கள் சால்வ் பண்ண ப்ராப்ளத்தில் கிடைச்ச நாலேஜில் தான் இருக்கும். You will come to know the things, right? So for that, whichever the problems are starting, we have to gather the finite information. அதுக்குள்ள இருக்க எல்லா finite information நம்ம வெளில எடுத்தோம், right? Let me extract. When I am clubbing A with B, let's see what happened, right? So if I'll club these two people, if I'll club A with B, let's see what happened. Okay, I think I took 2104, right? Yes, I am correct. So when I am clubbing A with B, right? A with B, that is become B1 and this is going to be B2. Exactly. Now it is become a non-square matrix. Yes, it is become a non-square matrix and a number of rows are 2 and number of columns are 3, of course. But do you know one thing? See, இப்போ non-square matrixல நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? We are selecting the maximum subsquare matrix. அந்த maximum subsquare matrixல ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு square matrixோட determinant not equal to 0 வந்தாலும் rank of the matrix should be equal to what? Minimum value of this 2, 3. Do you agree? Yes. So, in case of non-square matrix, anyway, I am considering A augmented B. That is my new matrix. Its rank might be go up to, I will have to write like this, minimum value of 2, 3. And least value is 1. Do you agree for your non-square matrix? Yes. Now in this case, இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்? Select the maximum subsquare matrix. ஏதாச்சும் maximum subsquare na 2 cross 2. I can go with this one, or you can select these two, or you can select this column and this column. It's up to you. Anyway, இதில் நமக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் கிளியராக தெரியும். என்ன தெரியும் அப்படின்னா determinant of A is not equal to 0. கரெக்டாக நம்ம ஏற்கனவே ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அப்போ இதில் சப்ஸ்கொயர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம சூஸ் பண்ணும்போது இந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸும் வந்து ஒரு சப்ஸ்கொயர் தான். இந்த ரெக்டாங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸில் இந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸும் ஒரு சப்ஸ்கொயர் தான். கரெக்டாக? அப்போ இதோட வேல்யூ தான் நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 நமக்கு தெரியுமே. மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஏவோட டிட்டர்மினன்ட் நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 நமக்கு தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? எஸ். அப்போ நீங்கள் பிஏ கிளப் பண்ணாலும் பியோட மேட்ரிக்ஸை உள்ள கொண்டு வந்தாலும் இது நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 தானே. அப்போ பியோட வேல்யூவை இந்த காலமை கன்சிடர் பண்ணாமையே நம்ம டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணும்போது இதோட வேல்யூ நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 வந்துட்டாலே, ஐ மீன் இந்த சப்ஸ்கொயர் மேட்ரிக்ஸோட டிட்டர்மினன்ட் நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 வந்துட்டாலே ரேங்க் ஆஃப் ஏபி வில் பி வாட்? 2 only. I did not consider column B, so I am guessing the answer. I am not guessing, I am making the statement because I don't need to be panic about this one. நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், ஏதாச்சும் ஒரே ஒரு சப்ஸ்கொயரோட மேட்ரிக்ஸ் வந்து நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 வந்தாலே எனக்கு போதும்னு நான் சொல்றேன். அப்ப எல்லா பாசிபிலிட்டி நீங்க எதுக்கு பாக்குறீங்க? ஆல்ரெடி ஏ தான் நாட் ஈக்குவல் டு 0 ஆயிடுச்சுல, அதே வேல்யூ தானே இங்கேயும் வரும். ஏன்னா நான் புது வேல்யூ எதுவும் கொண்டு வரலையே. So what is the conclusion? In case of non-homogeneous system, if you know the rank of A, if your rank of A, that is A ஓட rank வந்து, or your rank of, that is matrix A வந்து நான் சிங்குலரா வருது அப்படின்னா, நான் சிங்குலரா வருதுன்னா directly you can write the answer as unique solution. Why? Because see there, அப்போ இது ஆன்சர் என்ன? Since my question here, my determinant is not equal to 0, so I can make rank of AB is equal to minimum value of 2, 3. Minimum value of 2, 3 is 2 only. இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல minimum value யாரு? 2 தானே? 2 is less than 3, sir. So answer is 2. Already A is 2, AB is 2. How many unknown vectors are there? Unknown vectors only 2, x1, x2. Since we are traveling along with the 2 cross 2, right? So I have to keep only 2 vectors, unknown vectors. So unknown vectors are 2, rank of A 2, rank of AB 2, all are equal. Then your system will provide unique solution. What is the conclusion? In non-homogeneous system, if matrix A is non-singular, then the answer is what? Your answer is unique solution. Clear? Yes. I think things are very clear to you all. Many of you had posted your answer. I am really very happy. You are in the correct track. Yeah. Let's proceed with the next question, right? So let us try and crack the next one. Wait a minute. I will rub this one. The question is, let A is equal to, right? The question is, let A is equal to, they said, I dot J. Let's guys listen, sorry, A I dot J, it can be written like this, right? Let A is equal to I dot J, and they said where 1 is less than or equal to I, comma 1 is less than or equal to I, comma J is less than or equal to N, exactly J is less than or equal to N, with N is greater than or equal to 3, okay, N is greater than or equal to 3, and it's continuing. They said A is equal to, right, Aij equal to I dot J. அவங்க என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா Aij அப்படிங்கிறது I dot J தான். நான் இங்க தப்பா ஒரு ஆன்சர் எழுதல, that is correct only. Aij, then the rank of the matrix A is what? Then the rank of A is what? Rank of A is dash. They said 4 options, that is option A is 0, option B is 1, option C is n minus 1, option D is n. Okay, fine. Shall we proceed further? Yeah, happily we can proceed further. The thing is, guys listen, might be wonder, question பார்க்கும்போது, yes, there might be some fear in your mind. You may not think, that is, you may think that you are not going to get the answer, but you know how easy this question is, because while reading the question itself I got some friction in my mind, right? Let's proceed. What happened here? Rank of the matrix தான கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Yes, அவங்க கொடுத்திருக்க ரொம்ப ஈஸியான ஒரு விஷயம் என்ன அப்படினா இதுதான், கீயை வந்து இங்க தெளிவா ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. And with this rest of blob things are there, let's proceed with them, right? Okay, fine. இப்போ அவங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க, let Aங்கிறது ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ். அந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸ் வந்து நீங்கள் எப்படி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவீங்க அப்படின்னா, we all know நம்ம எப்படி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவோம், A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33 அப்படி தானே மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவோம். எஸ், அதுதான் அவங்க ஜென்ரலாக டிஃபைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. தட் இஸ் கரெக்ட். செகண்ட் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா, இங்கே ஐயோட வேல்யூ எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, அட்லீஸ்ட் மினிமம் வேல்யூ ஆஃப் I is greater than or equal to 1. தட் இஸ் கரெக்ட். ஐயோட வேல்யூ அப்படி தானே இருக்கணும். இப்போ நம்ம இங்கே எப்படி எழுதுவோம், மினிமம் வேல்யூவே A11 தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். 0 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க. Did I write like this anywhere? A0, A01 அப்படி தான் எழுதிருக்கணும்? No. ஸோ 1 தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும். நம்ம சும்மா டிஃபைன் பண்ணுறாங்க, அது எனிவே நமக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ இந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வந்து இதனால நீங்கள் இது புதுசாக கற்றுக்க போகிறது கிடையாது, ரைட்? தட் இஸ் கரெக்ட் ஒன்லி. லெட்ஸ் லுக் அட் J. இப்போ ஜேவோட வேல்யூ என்ன டிஃபைன் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா, யூ கேன் கோ அப் டு J. ஜேவோட வேல்யூ நீங்கள் எப்படி டிஃபைன் பண்ணனா, என்னுக்கு நீங்கள் இங்கே என்ன வேல்யூ சூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்களோ அதை பொறுத்து தான் J இருக்குது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ என்னோட மினிமம் வேல்யூ என்ன, என்னோட மினிமம் வேல்யூ என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, this thing is slowly just observe, n வந்து greater than or equal to 3. இதுல இருந்து உங்களுக்கு என்ன புரியுது, என்னோட வேல்யூ வந்து either it might be equal to 3 ஆனா இதோட greater than 3, at least minimum value equal to 3 or it is greater than 3. Greater than 3 in the sense 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blah blah blah. We can consider any value, right? So the least value is 3. n க்கு நீங்க least value 3 தான். n க்கு நீங்க என்ன வேல்யூ சூஸ் பண்றீங்களோ அத பொறுத்து தான் J இருக்குன்னு சொல்றாங்க. For an example, let us go ahead with the least value. n equal to 3 அப்படின்னு நான் சூஸ் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, அப்ப J ஓட வேல்யூ என்ன வரும், J ஓட வேல்யூ less than or equal to 3 அப்படின்னு வரும். So what is the conclusion here? அப்போ J ஓட வேல்யூ வந்து நீங்கள் up to 3 வரைக்கும் போகலாம். N ஓட வேல்யூ 3 சூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா J ஓட வேல்யூ 3 வரைக்கும் போகும். அதை தாண்டி உங்களால் போக முடியாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. That's all. Did you understand? Yes. Shall we proceed with this? இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா we shall go ahead with the least possibilities. என்ன லீஸ்ட் பாசிபிலிட்டிஸ்? அவங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா என்னோட மினிமம் வேல்யூவே 3ல தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகணும்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. ஐ எம் ரியலி வெரி ஹாப்பி. நம்மளும் 3லேயே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு சொல்கிறேன். அப்போ n = 3 மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கலாம். சேம் ஆன்சர் தான் வரும். நீங்கள் அதுக்கப்புறம் n = 4, 5, 6 என்ன எடுத்தாலும் ஒரே ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் தான். n = 3ல உங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்யூஷன் கிடைக்குதோ அதே சொல்யூஷன் தான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் கிடைக்கும் according to the given statement. Let's see. I will prove it. Don't be panic, right? இப்போ நான் n = 3 எடுத்துக்கிறேன். இதுல இருந்து நமக்கு என்ன டேட்டா கிடைக்குதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம், right? So when I am considering n = 3, right? Guys, listen. Very easy, right? Almost we had been crashed near 4 months, right? You will have friction. Don't be panic, right? Slowly try and bring the answer, right? Let's see. If I am just considering n = 3, let's see what happened. n = 3 அப்படின்னு நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா 1 is I is greater than or equal to 1, okay sir, any value we can consider. J ஓட வேல்யூ வந்து less than or equal to 3, okay sir, any value we can consider. With this, if I'll proceed, if I'll develop the matrix, இப்போ நம்ம மேட்ரிக்ஸ் வந்து டெவலப் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா கைஸ் லிசன், இப்போ நம்ம என்னென்ன பாசிபிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது கவனிங்க. இதுக்கு நம்ம அப்போ எப்படி எழுதலாம்? ஐ மீன் இந்த பர்சன்ஸை நீங்கள் எப்படி எழுதலாம்? ஜேவோட வேல்யூ வந்து less than or equal to 3 அப்படின்னா இதுக்குள்ளே நீங்கள் யாரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணலாம்? J = 1, J = 3. ஐ கேன் ரைட் லைக் திஸ், J = 3 வரைக்கும் நம்ம எழுதிக்கலாம். கரெக்டாக? அதே டைமில் ஐ ஷால் கோ, இப்போ J = 3 வரைக்கும் நம்ம ட்ரா பண்ணோம்னா ஐயோட வேல்யூ எனிதிங் we can consider. Anyway, I am just restricting. நான் ஐயோட வேல்யூ 3 வரைக்கும் போகிறேன். I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3. I can also go beyond that, but I don't want because I am giving my restriction. என்னோட வேல்யூ வந்து 3 நான் எடுத்திருக்கேன். அதுக்கு மட்டும் தான் நான் டெவலப் பண்ணணும். n = 3 எடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் ஐயோட n = 3 சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா J ஓட வேல்யூல 3 வரைக்கும் தான் உங்களால் போக முடியும். J ஓட வேல்யூல நீங்கள் 3 வரைக்கும் போறீங்கன்னா ஐலையும் 3 வரைக்கும் தான் உங்களால் போக முடியும். ஐக்கு மட்டும் நீங்கள் தனியாக 4 எழுத முடியாது. ஓகே, see, if you want to develop you can proceed. Anyway, let us consider, let me go ahead with this given matrix. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன எழுத போகிறோம்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங், இப்போ இங்கே என்னங்க வரும்? A11 வருமா? I = 1, J = 1, and then we can consider A12, A13, and then we can consider A21, A22, we can consider A23, and then we can consider A31, A32, A33. If you want to go beyond the value of I க்கு நீங்க அதிகமான வேல்யூ சூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். பட் ஐ எம் ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்டிங். ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு கோ பியாண்ட் தட். ஏன்னா இங்கே என்ன ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி வருதோ அதே ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி தான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் வரும். ஜஸ்ட் ஐ எம் ஸ்டாப்பிங் வித் திஸ். லெட்ஸ் ப்ரொசீட். ஐ எம் ஜஸ்ட் ப்ரூவிங் இட், ரைட்? பை ப்ராக்டிஸ் இட் வில் பிகம் வெரி ஈஸி. டோன்ட் பி பேனிக். இப்போ A11க்கு ஆன்சர் என்னங்க வரும்? டிட் யூ நோட்டீஸ் ஒன் மோர் திங்? அவங்க என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா Aij = Ijன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்ன அப்படின்னா A11 is equal to இதானங்க I, இதான் J. அப்போ இங்கே 1 × 1ன்னு அர்த்தம். இங்கே என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்கோ இங்கே என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்கோ அதை அப்படியே மல்டிபிள் பண்ணி இங்கே போடணும்னு அர்த்தம். இங்கே என்ன இருக்கு? 1 × 2, 1 × 3, 2 × 1, 2 × 2, 2 × 3, 3 × what? 3 × 2, 3 × 3. இதை பார்த்துட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அதுக்கப்புறம் புரிஞ்சிடும். நீங்கள் அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னைக்கு என்ன வேலை எடுத்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு அதே தான் வரும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இப்போ பார்க்கலாமா? இப்போ கவனிங்க, இது உங்களுக்கு என்னங்க புரியுது? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோ 1, 2, 2, செகண்ட் ரோ 2, 4, 6. Is there any dependency between the first row and the second row? Yes. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை 2ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணால் செகண்ட் ரோ வருது. அதே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை 3ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணுங்க, யூ ஆர் கெட்டிங் தேர்ட் ரோ. டு யூ அக்ரி? எஸ். நீங்கள் அடுத்து ஃபோர்த் ரோ டெவலப் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா இப்போ என்ன வரும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோ 4ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ஃபோர்த் ரோ வரும். ஃபிஃப்த் ரோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோ 5ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ஃபிஃப்த் ரோ வரும். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் தி கன்க்ளூஷன்? இதுக்கப்புறம் இப்போ சொல்லுங்கள், இப்போ நான் n ரோ டெவலப் பண்ணுறேன். இப்போ என்ன வரும்? நீங்கள் எத்தனை ரோனா டெவலப் பண்ணுங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை n-ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிங்கன்னா nth ரோ வந்துடும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை 10ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணால் 10th ரோ வந்துடும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரோவை 100ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணால் 100 ரோ வரும். So the conclusion is what? In the case la இந்த கொடுத்திருக்க டேட்டா படி that is the correct answer. So what is the conclusion? இப்போ நீங்க first row 2 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு second row first row ல இருந்து சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா second row கம்ப்ளீட்டா 0 ஆயிடும். first row 3 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு third row first row ல இருந்து சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will become 0. third row first row ல இருந்து சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா இதே மாதிரி இப்போ நீங்க 4th row 5th row எந்த ரோவை நீங்க எடுத்தாலும் சரி, if you are selecting 1000th row, first row ஓட வேல்யூ 1000 ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிட்டு 1000th row சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணா that will become 0. so what is the conclusion? நீங்க rank ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணும்போது கம்ப்ளீட்லா எல்லா ரோவோட வேல்யூ 0 வந்துரும், right? when we are performing echelon form operation நீங்க perform பண்ணும்போது so only one row will exist when we are going up with the nth row. so what is the rank of the matrix? your answer is over. rank of matrix equal to number of non-zero rows. since we are going to get only one non-zero row, rank தான கேட்டிருந்தாங்க, நான் வேற ஏதாவது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேனா? yes, rank of the matrix only. so the correct answer is 1. Did you understand? Yes. I hope you all have understand these things, right? If you have any doubts, you can raise the question. No problem. Someone said n is equal to 1. Yeah. I think many of you got the answer, right? Feeling happy? let's see the next one. கொஷின்ஸ் அப்படி தாங்க இருக்குது, எதுவுமே இருக்காது உள்ள. நான் தான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, நம்ம எங்கேயுமே ட்ரிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்காது. நீங்கள் தெளிவாக புரிஞ்சு வச்சுருந்தீங்கன்னா அது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக ஆன்சர் நம்மளால் கொண்டு வர முடியும். It will take few seconds when we have some tricky questions. That's not tricky actually, your mind is initially, we have to trigger the brain, that's all, that's enough. Then we can bring out the answer. Let's try the next question. The eigenvalue of 2 crust, this is very good question actually. Yeah, let's try this one. This is I think IS or instrumentation, I forget, right? The eigenvalue of 2 cross 2 matrix, the question is, please write down the question. The eigenvalue, right? The eigenvalue of 2 cross 2 matrix, the eigenvalue of 2 cross 2 matrix, the eigenvalue of 2 cross 2 matrix X, the eigenvalue of 2 cross 2 matrix X are -2 and -3, right? -2 and -3. The eigenvalue of the matrix, right? You know, this really, this when I was seeing this question, I was feeling happy because this is the first time I was facing this type of chilly question, but with some triggers, right? The eigenvalues, the value of the matrix. Question is the eigenvalue of the matrix. The eigenvalue of the matrix given it is, they said that is x plus I into x plus 5i is dash. I said இப்போ eigenvalues ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ்லாம் பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, அதில் இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸை நம்மளால் கொண்டு வர முடியும். தட் இஸ் அப்சர்வேஷன் ஒன்லி. நம்ம ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ்ன்னு போட்டு எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் நீங்கள் எழுதுறீங்களோ அது எல்லாமே அப்சர்வேஷன்ஸ். So like that, I found one more observation when I was seeing this question, right, by myself. What is that? Let's see actually. See, the thing is, if I have a matrix, let us take some example. Forget about this given question, right? Forget about this given question. Let's try and bring this solution. Guys, I know some interruptions are going here. I said some works are going, right? I'm building one more new room for you all. So that's why that work's going there. So please adjust that sound, right? Noise. Yes. Fine, let us take this one. Now x plus I, okay, fine. Let us take some general 2 cross 2 matrix and then we will consider rest of people. Okay, but general 2 cross 2 matrix na enna pannom gavaninga. Now the thing is, let us consider 2 cross 2 matrix. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு 2 cross 2 மேட்ரிக்ஸில் ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக ஒரு வேல்யூ எடுத்துக்கலாமே, 2 0 0 ஒரு 3 எடுத்துக்கலாமா? ஃபைன். இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இதோட eigen வேல்யூ என்ன அப்படின்னு நான் உங்ககிட்ட கேட்குறேன், ரைட்? ஜஸ்ட் டெல் மீ தி eigen வேல்யூ ஆஃப் திஸ் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறேன், ரைட்? ஸோ அப்போ நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, இட்ஸ் eigen வேல்யூ இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு சிம்பிளி, ரைட்? இஃப் யூ ஆர் ட்ரைங் டு ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் தி eigen வேல்யூ, ரைட்? இப்போ நீங்கள் இதுக்கு eigen வேல்யூ ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணாலும் என்ன வரும், 2,3 தான். எனிவே லெட்ஸ் ட்ரை அண்ட் பிரிங் அவுட் தி ஆன்சர் ஃபார் திஸ் ஒன். வாட் இஸ் திஸ்? lambda square minus sum of eigen value 2 plus 3 will become 5, right, into lambda plus, because 2 cross 2 matrix, in order to find out the eigenvalue, first we have to write down the characteristic equation. So that is lambda square minus a times of lambda. A is sum of eigenvalue, sorry, sum of that is a trace of matrix, right? Diagonal irukka value add pannina you are getting, that is sum of diagonal plus determinant of the matrix. 2 into 3 will be 6 na, equal to 0. Is there any mistake in my conclusion? No. Can you break this? Yes. How? 2 into 3 will give you 5, right? Sorry, 2 into 3 will give you 6, but I am in need of -2 -3. So the correct answer is what? Lambda minus 2 into lambda minus 3 will become equal to 0. Or I can write lambda equal to 2 and lambda equal to 3. We can write lambda equal to 2, lambda equal to 3. So we got two answers for this one, right? So let us see. The conclusion is, okay sir, I am happy with this. இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, take this matrix A, with this let us add unit matrix. Let us add unit matrix. இப்போ ஆன்சர் என்ன வருதுன்னு பார்க்கலாமா? Let's see. இப்போ மேட்ரிக்ஸ் A கூட நம்ம யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ணா ஆக்சுவலாக என்ன நடக்கும்? A ஓட வேல்யூ வந்து என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னா 2 0 0 3 எஸ் ப்ளஸ் யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ணால் எனக்கு என்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ்னா 1 0 0 1. எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. Slowly understand, right? I know I am not giving answer for this question. I am generalizing. That's very important, right? Yes. So let's see what happened. 2 plus 1 will become 3. Yes. 0 plus 0 will become 0. 0 plus 0 will become 0. 3 plus 1 will become 4. Now please find out the eigenvalue for this one. It is going to be for this one. Can I write the answer anyway? That is going to be 3, 4 only, right? Yes, because that is what? Diagonal matrix. Given matrix is a diagonal matrix. Do you agree? Yes, guys, listen. Given it is the diagonal matrix. In diagonal matrix, always you will have what? We saw three type of matrix: unit matrix, scalar matrix, diagonal matrix. Unit matrix na enna? diagonal 1 1 மட்டும் இருக்கும். Scalar matrix na diagonal இருக்க value same ஆ இருக்கும், right? Diagonal matrix na you will have distinct value, right? In diagonal you will have distinct value, then that matrix is called what? Diagonal matrix. Scalar matrix na you will have same value. Unit matrix you will have 1 1. We have seen the classifications when I was giving the classification of matrix, right? So the conclusion is what? This matrix is called diagonal matrix. For an example I took like this. From this, remember these things, right? Diagonal matrix in the sense its diagonal values are distinct to each other. Values வந்து different இருந்தாலே அது diagonal matrix தான். Because I have seen one question, I think TRB or TNB, I exactly not known that one. The question is what, right? They said property of diagonal matrix is what? The question is in diagonal matrix, your diagonal values are distinct to each other, right? You will have distinct eigenvalues. That is the answer. They are given 4 options like that, right? Fine. Let's continue with this. Our operation is இப்போ நம்ம இதுக்கு eigenvalue find பண்ணீங்கன்னா its eigenvalue is lambda equal to 3, lambda equal to 3 and lambda equal to 4. See, what is the difference between this one and this one? அப்படியே இதை கரெக்டாக கம்பேர் பண்ணுங்க. எனக்கு என்ன வந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னா, இப்போ இதில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வேல்யூ இருக்குல்ல lambda equal to 2 இருக்குல்ல, அந்த 2 கூட 1 ஆட் பண்ணால் you are getting this one. Do you agree? Yes. அதே மாதிரி இங்கே பாருங்க, இங்கே 3 இருக்கா, இங்கே 3 கூட 1 ஆட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா you are getting 4. What is the conclusion? The property we can write like this. So the conclusion is eigenvalue of a matrix, right? For your matrix, let me write the solution here. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணுறேன்னா, for your matrix A, its correspondent eigenvalue is lambda. Then for the matrix A plus I, matrix A கூட நீங்கள் unit matrix add பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா its eigenvalue is going to be lambda plus 1. Do you agree? அப்படியே தான் வந்திருக்கு, செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. Yes. Anyway, this is common property only we can observe. Now question is what? இந்த ரெண்டு மேட்ரிக்ஸை நீங்கள் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் இதோட net eigenvalue தான் கொஸ்டினில் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. It's total eigenvalue, right? Anyway, let us consider. So from this, let me generalize these things, right? So let us rub these things now. Let's try and bring the answer, right? For our question, let's come back because we all have understood, right? I am feeling happy, right? I hope. So the conclusion is what we have understood. For matrix A, its correspondent eigenvalue is lambda. Then for matrix A plus I, its correspondent eigenvalue is going to be lambda plus 1. Now இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னா, A ப்ளஸ் இந்த I இருக்கு இல்லையா, இதை வந்து நான் வந்து ஒரு காமன் ஃபேக்டர் கேவால் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணுறேன். அப்போ என்னங்க வரும்? வெரி சிம்பிள், லாம்டா ப்ளஸ் 1க்கு வேல்யூ யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ்க்கு 1 வரும். அதை கேன்ற ஸ்கேலிங் ஃபேக்டரால் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணிங்கன்னா இட் வில் பிகம் k times of 1. That's all, right? So it is correspondent eigenvalue is going to be lambda plus k and இதோட correspondent eigenvalue is going to be lambda plus 1. இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா, அப்போ a plus I, right? a plus k I ஆல் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணால் இதோட correspondent eigenvalue என்ன வரும்? Very simple. That is going to be இதோட correspondent eigenvalue lambda plus 1, இதோட correspondent eigenvalue lambda plus k. Do you agree with me? Yes. So from this, right? From this, let us bring the answer. This is the answer for our question. If answer போடலாமா? Yes. Let me rub this one. First, I will give options because அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம போட்ட தப்பாக இருந்த ஆப்ஷன் வரும். அதில் ஆப்ஷன் ஏல என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா -3, -4. Option B they said -1, -2. Option C -1, -3. Option D -2, -4. Shall we check? Yes, I think all are correct. எல்லாமே ரைட்டில் தான் இருக்குது, செக் பண்ணி பார்த்தலாம். இப்போ நமக்கு என்ன கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க? See there, for matrix A, its correspondent eigenvalues are -2, -3. A கிடையாது, matrix X they are considering, right? So the given it is for matrix X, its correspondent eigenvalue is -2, -3. Two eigenvalues are there. Then the question is, அப்போ X plus I க்கு என்ன வரும்? I am just asking. அப்போ x plus I வருது அப்படின்னா இதோட correspondent eigenvalue, see there, -2 I have to consider, -2 plus 1, -3 plus 1. Do you all agree with me? இப்போ தான் நம்ம ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி பார்த்தோம், கரெக்டா? ஸோ -2 plus 1 will become -1, -3 plus 1 will become -2. Similarly, when I am looking for x plus 5 times of I, அப்போ என்ன வரும்? x plus 5 times of I, na for x its correspondent eigenvalue is -2 plus 5 times of I. See there, k க்கு பதிலா 5 இருக்கு, அப்ப இங்க 5 ஆட் ஆகுமா, -3 for x it will be add up with the plus 5 such that -2 plus 5 will be equal to 3. Exactly. -3 plus 5 will be equal to 2. Yes, it is equal to 2. So what will be the answer here? So the conclusion is, anyway, now we have to multiply a plus I into a plus ki. Abdina meaning enna? We have to multiply x plus I into x plus 5 times of I. In order to bring the answer for this one, we have to multiply these two people. We have to multiply these two people. Do you agree with me? Because x plus I into x plus 5i. So minus 1 into 3 will become minus 3, comma minus 2 into 2 will become minus 4. So minus 3 comma minus 4 is the correct answer. I think you all are getting the clear idea. Please make these notes very clearly. That is what I am telling. In matrix, here we are writing like this. This is the property. For eigenvalue, I had given many property. For determinant, I had given many property. They are not properties, they are observations, right? Develop பண்ணும்போது இப்படி எல்லாம் வருது. Just we are discovering those things and we are making these statements. Clear? Yes. Just this is the one of the statement that I found earlier, right? Today morning only. Okay, I saw this is IES question only. I did not remember exactly where I have seen it. Okay, fine. I hope you all are getting the clear answer. Let's take the next one, right? So let me rub this one. Let us take the next question, right? Yes. The next question is, one second. Yeah. The next question is, this is also a beautiful question, right? So let me write a real n cross n matrix, a real n cross n matrix, a real n cross n matrix, right? A is equal to, they said a real n cross n matrix A is equal to, it can be written as A ij. That is general form, we all know, right? That is general representation. Now is defined as, right, is defined as follows, is defined as follows, right? It's defined as follows. என்ன define பண்ணிருக்காங்க அப்படினா Aij is equal to I, right? Aij is equal to I if I is equal to J, right? Don't be panic. This type of questions are chilly questions, right? இதில் நிறைய பேர் வந்து கொஸ்டினை மிஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க. அதுக்காக தான் இந்த மாதிரி கொஸ்டின் எடுப்பாங்க. இதை வந்து ஈஸியான ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்லேயே அவங்களால எழுத முடியும். பட் கொஸ்டினை பார்த்தோன்னே நீங்கள் பயப்படணும். அவங்களோட டார்கெட் அதுவாக தான் இருக்கும், ரைட்? அதர்வைஸ் ஜீரோ. Question is otherwise 0. Now the question is, the summation of all n eigenvalue of A is dash. The summation of all n eigenvalue of A is dash. The summation of all n eigenvalues. You are going to get n eigenvalue. Why? Because my matrix is n cross n matrix. அப்போ n eigenvalues வரதுக்கான chances இருக்கு. ஓகேங்க, நிறைய பிளாப் ஸ்ட்ரிங்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஸோ வாட், இதில் வரி பண்ணுறதுக்குலாம் எதுவுமே இல்லை. இப்போ ஆப்ஷன் ஏ எழுதிக்கலாமா? ஆப்ஷன் ஏ என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா n into n plus 1 by 2. எனக்கு ஆப்ஷனை பார்த்த உடனே ஆன்சர் புரிஞ்சிருச்சு. அவங்க வந்து நம்ம இந்த 9th 10th படித்த ஜியாமெட்ரிக் சீரியஸ், அரித்மெட்டிக் ப்ராக்ரஸ்லாம் படிச்சிருப்போம்ல, அது கூட தான் ப்ளே பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்ட்டு. பிகாஸ் தட் வாஸ் சில்லி கொஷின், right? Option C, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 upon 6. Option D, they said n square. Yes. Shall we proceed? Yes. Let's go ahead. Actually, the question is, the real n cross n matrix, yes, A is equal to Aij. எல்லாமே ஓகே தான், right? And defined as follows. இங்க ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் எவ்வளோ ஈஸியான ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் நமக்காக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்க. That is the key in the given question. The key is the happiest news is here. Ij is equal to I whenever I is equal to J. அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்னங்க? ஐயும் ஜேவும் எந்தெந்த இடத்துலலாம் ஈக்குவலாக வராங்களோ அந்த இடத்துல மட்டும் என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா இங்கே ஐஜேன்னு சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணுறீங்களா, இதில் ஐயோட வேல்யூ வந்து இங்கே ப்ரொஜெக்ட் ஆகிடும் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க, ரைட்? இட்ஸ் வெரி 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 சிம்பிள் கொஸ்டின். லெட் அஸ் டெவலப் தி மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஃபார் தி கிவன் கொஸ்டின், தென் யூ வில் ஃபீல் ஹவு ஈஸி இட் இஸ், தென் யூ வில் கம் டு நோ, ரைட்? நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸோட ஜென்ரல் ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் எழுதுறேன். A11, A12, etc. It will go up to A1n. One second, it is A1n. Similarly, A21, A22, etc. It will go up to A2n. Similarly, A31, A32, etc. It will go up to A3n. Like that, I am selecting AM1, AM2, I am going up to AMN. Correct? This is the general representation of M cross N matrix, non-square matrix. But in our case, given it is n cross n, so last row value also will become n only. We can write like this and we can go up to n cross n such that its order will become n cross n matrix. ஓகே, இதுதாங்க given matrix. இப்போ இந்த மேட்ரிக்ஸில் எவ்வளோ ஈஸியாக அவங்க ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்கள். அவங்க என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னா ஐயும் ஜேவும் ஈக்குவலாக எங்கெங்கே வருது பாருங்கள். A11 ஐயும் ஜேவும் ஈக்குவலாக A22 IJ equal A33 A44 A55 A66 அதை பார்த்த உடனே எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. So they are talking about only diagonal values. Do you agree? Yes. So the given matrix is diagonal matrix. It is given it is diagonal matrix, right? Because எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் i யோட வேல்யூ j க்கு ஈக்குவலா வருதோ அந்த இடத்துல மட்டும் போயிட்டு என்ன பண்றீங்கன்னா இதான் ij, இதுல i யோட வேல்யூவை இங்க எடுத்து போட்டுக்கோங்கன்னு சொல்றாங்க. இதாங்க ij. எனிவே i j ஈக்குவல் தான், நீங்க எப்படி வேணாலும் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அப்ப என்ன சொல்றேன்னா i j ஈக்குவலா இருக்க இடத்துல i யோட வேல்யூவை கன்சிடர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா i யோட வேல்யூ எவ்வளோ 1. அப்ப இங்க என்ன வரும் 1 வரும், இங்க என்ன வரும் 2 வரும், அடுத்த ரோல என்ன வரும் 3 வரும், அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன வரும் up to இங்க n வரும். Do you agree? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 up to n. ரிமைனிங் இருக்க எல்லா இடத்துலயும் 0 போட்டுருங்க. அவங்க தான் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, நான் சொல்லல. அப்ப நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா இது 0 இது 0 இது 0 இது 0. see எவ்வளவு ஈஸியா क्वेश्चंस ஃப்ரேம் பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. see there it is become a diagonal matrix, right? It will become a diagonal matrix because it has distinct eigenvalue. It will go like this, only diagonal values will exist. Correct? Yes. And let us proceed the question. The summation of n eigenvalues. Okay, let us இதுக்கப்புறம் நமக்கு என்ன வேணும்னா இன்னொரு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி வேணும். என்ன ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி அப்படின்னா, yesterday when I was talking about the properties of the eigenvalue, I had given one statement clearly. டயகனல்ல இருக்க எல்லா வேல்யூவையும் நீங்க ஆட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா that will be equal to eigenvalue of the matrix. first statement. அது இன்னொரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் என்ன அப்படின்னா, whenever you are looking for ஒரு டயகனல் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் சரி, இல்ல ஒரு அப்பர் ட்ரையாங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க எடுத்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல ஒரு ராயல் ட்ரையாங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க எடுத்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல ஒரு ஸ்கேலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க எடுத்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல ஒரு யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க எடுத்தாலும் அது எல்லாத்துலயுமே ஆன்சர் என்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, டயகனல்ல என்ன வேல்யூஸ் இருக்கோ that is your eigen values. இப்போதான் லாஸ்டா ப்ரூவ் பண்ணேன். ஒரு டயகனல் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு அதை நம்ம சால்வ் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம். அதை நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், eigen டயகனல்ல என்ன வேல்யூஸ் வந்ததோ that will become your eigen value. So the conclusion is for diagonal matrix, upper triangular, lower triangular, what I can say scalar matrix, unit matrix, for all this type of matrix, diagonal values are going to be the eigen values. First conclusion. அப்ப இங்க diagonalல என்ன வேல்யூஸ் இருக்கோ அது அப்படியே நீங்க eigen value எடுத்துக்கலாம். இந்த வேல்யூஸ் நீங்க ஃபுல்லா ஆட் பண்ணா என்ன வருதோ that is your answer. Now let us take the arithmetic progress series formula, right? Geometric progress, arithmetic progress நம்ம 10th standardல படிச்சிருப்போம். When we are trying to add n numbers from 1 2 3 etc n. இப்போ ஒரு சீரியஸ் வந்து 1ல இருந்து n வரைக்கும் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் ஆகிட்டே இருந்தது அப்படின்னா அதோட டோட்டல் அடிஷன் எவ்வளோங்க வரும், that should be equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. that is the basic formula that we had been observed from our 9th standard maths. I think 10th standard first chapterல இது வந்திருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், right? I do remember slightly but I don't remember exactly. Yeah. So the correct answer is what? இது எல்லாத்தையும் அவங்க என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்க, nth eigenvalue தானே கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஸோ கொஸ்டினை ரீட் பண்ண உடனே ஆன்சர் பண்ணிடலாம் for this type of questions. Correct answer is option A. Clear? Suppose இதே கொஸ்டின்ல என்ன கேட்பாங்க அப்படின்னா, find the right sum of, இப்போ நான் ரைட்டை அதை சேஞ்ச் பண்றேன், sum of first 100 eigenvalues. first 100 eigenvalues அப்படின்னு கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா what will be your answer? It is going to be n க்கு பதிலா they are putting 100. just put 100 here. 100 into 101 by 2. n க்கு 100 போட்டீங்கன்னா 100 plus 1 will become 101 only. If I will cancel it, it is going to be 50, such that it will become 50 times of 101. எவ்வளோங்க வரும், 100 into 50 will become 50,000. So it is going to be 500, I think, 1 second, 500. Is it correct? Yes, that is 50,100. That is the correct answer. அப்போ நீங்கள் ஆப்ஷனை பார்க்கும்போது you might be wonder, but that is silly question because this is blab things. எதுவுமே கிடையாது பாருங்க, one step we got the answer. Clear? Yes. Let's take the next one. Okay. Someone post the answer already. Feeling happy? Yeah. Fine. Let us trigger the. I'm looking for the solution of next one. Right? Yes. Let me rub this one. Let us see the next question. See how easy your questions are in matrix. Right? Always it will be like this. Fine. Another question bolama. This is also one of the beautiful question. Let me write. X and Y are non-zero square matrices. X and Y are non-zero square matrix. X and Y are non-zero square matrix, right? So X and Y are non-zero square matrices, right? Non-zero of size n cross n, right? Of size n cross n. X and Y are non-zero square matrices of size n cross n, right? If x and y, if x dot y, right? If x dot y is equal to 0 n cross n, 0 na 0, right? That is not O, that is 0. Then they made 4 statements. Then option A, determinant of x equal to 0 and determinant of y is not equal to 0. In option B, they said option B, mod x is not equal to 0 and mod y is equal to 0, right? And they made the option C, they said mod x is not equal to 0 as well as mod y also not equal to 0. And then they made option D, they said option mod x equal to 0 and mod y also not equal to 0. Clear? Yes. Shall we proceed further? Let's try and figure out the answer, right? Actually it is also easiest question. Can you please try? You please try just by yourself. Anyway, let us bring out the answer. According to the given statement, it was clearly given. அவங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்கன்னா x உம் y உம் நான் ஜீரோ ஸ்கொயர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் அப்படினா மீனிங் என்னங்க? நான் ஜீரோ ஸ்கொயர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் அப்படினா for an example let us consider n cross n matrix. X is an n cross n matrix. They said x is an n cross n matrix, n cross n, and non-zero square அப்படினா n um that is number of rows and number of columns are equal, right? Fine. When you are looking for y also n cross n matrix, then only you can do the multiplication. See there, number of columns in the first matrix, number of rows in the second matrix will become equal such that matrix multiplication could be possible. Then when we are multiplying these two matrix, then its resultant order will become rows in the first one, columns in the second one, such that it will become n cross n. So it will give you 0, right? It will give you 0. Actually அவங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க, x and y equal to 0, right? Then இதோட மீனிங் என்ன? இப்போ இந்த ரெண்டு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நீங்க ஒண்ணா மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணீங்கன்னா டோட்டல் வேல்யூ வந்து 0 வருதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஓகே, இப்போ எனக்கு இதுல இருந்து அவங்க ஆப்ஷன்ல என்ன பேசியிருக்காங்கன்னா டிட்டர்மினன்ட் பத்தி பேசியிருக்காங்க. அப்ப நான் என்ன பேசணும்? கொடுத்திருக்க क्वेश्चनல நானும் டிட்டர்மினன்ட் பத்தி தான் பேசணும். எப்படி பேசுறது? we know some of the properties. டிட்டர்மினன்ட்ஸ்ல நம்ம ஒரு சில அப்சர்வேஷன்ஸ்ல ஆல்ரெடி எழுதி வச்சிருக்கோம். அது என்ன அப்சர்வேஷன் அப்படினா, when I was looking for an example மேட்ரிக்ஸ் A ஓட டிட்டர்மினன்ட் வந்து P வருது வச்சுக்கலாம். I am having 2 n cross n matrix. அதே மாதிரி மேட்ரிக்ஸ் B இருக்கு, அதோட டிட்டர்மினன்ட்டோட வேல்யூ வந்து எனக்கு என்ன வந்திருக்குன்னா Q வருது. Now when I am finding the determinant of matrix AB, that can be written as it is the product of P and Q. That is the determinant. இது determinant of AB வந்து நம்ம எப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா determinant of A dot determinant of B, such that this determinant of AB can be directly written as it is the product of P and Q. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Do you all agree with me? Yes, exactly, that is true, right? Yes, I know this property, that things already we had been observed from the matrix. Now the conclusion is, from this I cannot directly guess the answer, but let us try. இங்க இருந்து நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படினா, given it is x dot y is equal to product வந்து 0 ஆயிருக்குல, அப்ப இதுக்கு நீங்க determinant find பண்ணீங்க அப்படினா this can be written as determinant of x dot determinant of y is equal to determinant of 0 matrix. Anyway, determinant of 0 is equal to what? 0 only. It is a null matrix. Do you all agree with me? This is the null matrix, right? So null matrix in the sense its resultant value is going to be 0. Its resultant value is going to be 0, right? Anyway, let's proceed. அப்ப எனக்கு கன்க்ளூஷன் என்ன வந்திருக்குன்னா, ரெண்டு மேட்ரிக்ஸையும் நம்ம மல்டிபிள் பண்றோம் அப்படினா, அதாவது கவனிங்க, determinant of null matrix equal to 0. So I understood. அப்ப எனக்கு என்ன இருக்கு அப்படினா, either right, இப்போ இங்க இருந்து நான் ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் எழுதுறேன். இங்க நான் என்ன எழுதுறேன் அப்படினா, might be determinant of x வந்து 0 ஆ இருந்திருக்கலாம், கரெக்ட்டா? அதனால 0 into y will become 0. or otherwise determinant of y might be 0, இதனால என்ன இருக்கலாம், whole product will become 0 ஆயிருக்கலாம். or otherwise determinant of x, both are right, determinant of x and determinant of y ரெண்டு பேருமே 0 ஆயிருக்கலாம். Guys, is it visible? I am just writing the answer directly. I think that portion is visible to you all. Let us continue happily, right? So the conclusion is what? இது வந்து 0 வந்திருக்கலாம், இல்ல இது வந்து 0 வந்திருக்கலாம், இல்ல ரெண்டு பேருமே 0 வந்திருக்கலாம், அதனால ரிசல்டன்ட் வேல்யூ 0 வந்திருக்கலாம். இப்போ நான் இன்னொரு क्वेश्चन கேக்குறேன். இந்த இடத்துல x வந்து 0வா இருக்கும்போது y கண்டிப்பா நான் 0வா தான் இருக்கணும், அப்பதான் ரிசல்டன்ட் வந்து 0வா இருக்கும் அப்படின்றது அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் உங்களால மேக் பண்ண முடியுமா? இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, சார் x ஓட வேல்யூ வந்து 2 இருக்கு, டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் x வந்து 2 சார், ஆனா ரிசல்டன்ட்ல வந்து ரைட் சைடுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா 0 வந்திருக்கு சார், அப்ப டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் y வந்து 0. அப்ப நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, சார் லிசன், y ஓட வேல்யூ 0 வந்தா அவுட்புட் 0 வரும்ன்றது கரெக்ட். இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, let us reverse this statement. x ஓட வேல்யூ 0, determinant of x is 0 into y ஓட வேல்யூ எனக்கு தெரியல, determinant of y ஓட வேல்யூ எனக்கு தெரியல, equal to 0 அப்படி ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் வந்துருச்சு. இப்போ நான் என்ன கேக்குறேன் அப்படின்னா, ஆல்ரெடி determinant of x is 0 அப்படினு உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. இப்போ determinant of y வந்து கண்டிப்பா not equal to 0வா இருந்தா தான் ரிசல்ட் வேல்யூ 0 வருமா? Just give me the answer. Think ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி क्वेश्चंஸ் பில்ட் பண்றாங்க? We should they have to test our brain, we should think, right? ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் வந்து எனக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் புரிஞ்சிருச்சு, என்ன அப்படின்னா டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் எக்ஸையும் டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் ஒய்யையும் மல்டிபிள் பண்ணா ஜீரோ வந்துடும், அது எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. ஆனா இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல கண்டிப்பா யாரோ ஒருத்தர் ஜீரோ ஆக போறாங்க, அப்பதான் ரிசல்ட் வேல்யூ ஜீரோ ஆகும். அப்ப நான் என்ன கேட்கறேன்னா, எனக்கு தெரியுது ஜஸ்ட் நான் என்ன கேட்கறேன்னா டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ் வந்து ஜீரோ அப்படின்னு நான் எடுக்கிறேன். அப்ப டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ் வந்து ஜீரோவா இருக்கும்போது நான் உங்ககிட்ட கேட்கிறேன், கண்டிப்பா டிட்டர்மினன்ட் ஆஃப் ஒய் வந்து ஜீரோவா தான் இருக்கணுமா? சே எஸ் ஆர் நோ? மை ஆன்சர் இஸ் நோ. Why no? இது எதுவாக இருந்தால் எனக்கு என்ன, நீங்கள் 2 போடுங்க, இல்லை 0 போடுங்க, இல்லை 4 போடுங்க, 100 போடுங்க. It is not necessary that the value of determinant of y is always not equal to 0. அது எப்படி இருந்தாலும் நமக்கு பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. Because anything except infinity, anything, right, will be multiplied by ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு குவான்டிட்டியை இன்ஃபினிட்டியை தவிர anything, right, product of anything with 0 will be 0 only. So the conclusion is, it is not necessary. Determinant of x வந்து 0வா இருக்கும்போது determinant of y வந்து not equal to 0வா இருக்கணும்ன்றது necessary கிடையாது. அதே மாதிரி determinant of y, in case determinant of y வந்து 0வா இருந்தது அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பா determinant of x வந்து not equal to 0வா தான் இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது mandatory கிடையாது. But I can say, அப்ப எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், இது வந்து 0வா இருக்கும்போது இது இது 0வா இருக்கும்போது இதோட வேல்யூ என்ன வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம். பட் யூ cannot guess, நீங்க என்ன சொல்ல முடியாது அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பா determinant of x, determinant of y ஓட வேல்யூ 0வா இருக்கும்போது determinant of x வந்து not equal to 0வா தான் இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டை உங்களால கொடுக்க முடியாது. That is wrong statement. Getting me? எதுக்குங்க நான் எதுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் கொண்டு வரணும்? ரிசல்ட் ஆன்சர் 0 நான் அதுக்கு எங்கிட்ட ஒரு ஆன்சர் இருக்குன்னு நான் சொல்றேன். So the conclusion is, determinant of x might be 0 or determinant of y might be 0 or ரெண்டு பேரும் 0வா கூட இருந்திருக்கலாம். ஆனா இதுல ஒருத்தருக்கு not equal to 0வா இருக்கணும்ன்ற கண்டிஷன் தேவை கிடையாது. So what is the correct answer? Your correct answer is option D. Getting me? Because see, can you say like this, determinant of x equal to 0வா இருக்கும்போது determinant of y not equal to 0வா இருக்கணும்ன்றது mandatory condition-ஆ? தப்பு. determinant of x not equal to 0வா இருக்குன்னா, அதாவது determinant of y வந்து 0வா இருக்கும்போது இது not equal to 0வா இருக்கணும்னு mandatory condition-ஆ? நோ, அப்படியெல்லாம் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் நீங்க கொடுக்க முடியாது. இது கரெக்டா? இது தப்பு. அப்ப இது கரெக்ட் தானே? அரே determinant of x 0வா இருக்கும்போது determinant of y வந்து 0வா இருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படி நான் சொல்ல முடியும். ஏன்னா அது mandatory condition கிடையாது. பட் true, that is true, that statement is acceptable. இது 0வா இருக்கும்போது இது 0வா இருக்கறதால எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது. ஆனா இது 0வா இருக்கும்போது இது 0வாவே இருக்க கூடாது அப்படினு சொல்றது தப்பு. Right? Because 0 into 0 will become 0 only. Right? 0 into 0 will become 0 only. I can accept this condition, right? இது 0வா இருந்தா எனக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது. ஆனா I cannot make this statement. இது கண்டிப்பா not equal to 0வா தான் இருக்கணும்ன்ற ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் தப்பு. Right? So the correct answer is option D. Okay? I hope things are very clear to you all. Yes. See how beautifully there. இந்த क्वेश्चनல எதுவுமே இல்லைங்க. பட் நீங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா உங்க மைண்ட்ல இருந்து நமக்கு என்ன மைண்ட்ல தோணும்னா y 0வா இருந்தாலும் டோட்டலி 0 ஆயிடும், x 0வா இருந்தாலும் டோட்டலி 0 ஆயிடும். அப்ப என்ன பிக் பண்றது? இந்த திங்கிங்காக தான் அவங்க அந்த क्वेश्चन கொடுக்கிறது. ரைட்? தட் இஸ் that question, I think it was being tested for 2 mark. Yeah, that's 2 mark question because trick is there na. Yes, let's proceed with the next question. அடுத்த question என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்கன்னா, I think this is also one of the beautiful question only. Let us try and give the answer for that question, right? So let me rub this one. Yeah, the next question is one second, right? Yeah, the thing is matrix A, the matrix M is equal to not A, the matrix M is equal to, please wait, yeah, the matrix M is equal to, given it is, the matrix M is equal to -2, 2, -3, okay, and then 2, 1, -6, okay, and then they are given -1, -2, 0, okay, that is given as matrix M. Has eigenvalues. இதோட eigenvalues அவங்களே கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, அது கொடுக்காட்டி நம்ம ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஆனால் நான் தான் சொன்னேனே 3x3 மேட்ரிக்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னா டைரெக்டாக அதோட eigenvalues உங்களால் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. பிகாஸ் we are getting third order equation. We don't have direct procedure. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது ஒன்று வந்து டைரெக்டாக ஆன்சர் வரா மாதிரி ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் அவங்க கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. அப்படி இல்லை அப்படின்னா ஈஸியஸ்ட் வே eigenvalues கொடுத்துட்டு வேறு ஏதாச்சும் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. அப்படி தானே சொன்னேன். See how your question is. Has eigenvalues அவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, நான் சொல்ல, ரைட்? Has eigenvalues -3, -3, 5 ஆமா, -3, -3, 5, right? Now an eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue 5 is an eigenvector corresponding, an eigenvector corresponding, right, an eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue 5, eigenvalue 5 is given as They said 1 2 minus 1 whole 1 2 minus 1 whole transpose, right? Now the question is, then find the one of the eigenvector of the matrix, then find the one of the, right, then find the one of the eigenvector, then find the one of the eigenvector, right, then find the one of the eigenvector of the matrix, right, eigenvector of the matrix, find the one of the eigenvector of the matrix m power 3, not a power 3, sorry, m power 3 is dash, right? Actually they are given 4 options. Let me write the options. Option A 1 8 minus 1 whole transpose, option B 1 2 minus 1 whole transpose, option C 1 cube root 2 minus 1 whole transpose, option D, right, they are given 1 1 minus 1 whole transpose, 1 1 minus 1 whole transpose. I think that portion is visible. Yes, visible to you all. Guys, can anyone please tell me the answer? I am just waiting for your answer, right? See, the question is what they are given. A 3 cross 3 matrix is given. Its correspondent eigenvalue also given, right? And they said one of the eigenvalue in the 3 eigenvalues la eigenvalue 5 irukliya, eigenvalue 5 mattum avanga choose panni adra answer vandu eldirukanga. Enna eldirukanga appadina eigenvalue 5. For the eigenvalue 5, its correspondent eigenvector is this one. அப்படின்னா ஃபைண்ட். இப்போ அதே மாதிரி என்ன சொல்றோம்னா m கியூப் மேட்ரிக்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு ஈகன் வேல்யூ கிடைக்கும், 3 ஈகன் வேல்யூஸ் கிடைக்கும். அதாவது இது m, இதே மாதிரி m கியூப் நீங்க ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அதுல நீங்க 3 ஈகன் வேல்யூஸை ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணி அதுல ஒரு ஈகன் வேல்யூக்கு நீங்க ஈகன் வெக்டர் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் வரும். அது எந்த ஆப்ஷன் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. ஐ அம் லுக்கிங் ஃபார் யுவர் ஆன்சர். டிட் எனிஒன் போஸ்டட் யுவர் ஆன்சர்? எஸ், someone said option B. I am agree with you. The correct answer is option B. Guys, please revise your notes. When I was talking about the properties of the eigenvalue, I told you, right, the properties of eigenvector. Eigenvector க்கு நான் ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் கொடுத்திருந்தேன். just revise your notes. நான் என்ன சொல்லிருந்தேன் அப்படினா eigenvector of A, eigenvector of A inverse, eigenvector of A power minus 2, eigenvector of A power minus 3, eigenvector of A power 2, eigenvector of A power 3, eigenvector of A power n, eigenvector of adjoint of A, all are same. I had given this statement. If you remember this statement, then is there any, see how chilly question is, right? Option already answer on the option A irukku. I mean question le answer kodutittu they are talking about the answer here. Answer is what? Option B. Clear? Is it what for mark edu kudukalama? See that is how chilly your questions are, right? But the thing is you have to remember the properties, right? Yeah, so the correct answer is option B, right? Yes. Let's proceed further. Let me rub these things, right? Guys, some of you have not get membership, right? That's why today I did not took the classes in that cloud meeting, right? So from tomorrow onwards we will go with that one, right? Then anyone can, there is no one can be join with us, right? There will be restriction, right? We can provide some restriction for them, right? Yes. Let's see next what we are going to do now. The next question is, yeah, that is also one of the very beautiful question, right? Let me write. They are given a series, right? They are given the series is plus, just write down the question. The series, right? The series summation n equal to 0 to infinity, sorry, that is m actually, m equal to 0 to infinity, right? 0 to infinity 1 by 4 power m, right, dot, they said 1 minus 2 into, sorry, I made mistake, that is x minus 1 whole power twice of m. Yes, converges for, the question is converges for, right? See, this is very really easiest question for you all, because this type of equation already we have seen many times when I was discussing about the Z transformation in signals and system. Just go ahead, let's bring the answer, right? Options and answer podunga. Don't wait for my answer, okay? Minus 2 to plus 2, that is the range, right? X range. Option B, they said in option B is given as x is lies in between minus 1, not it is equal, it is lies in between minus 1 to 3, and option C is minus 3 to 1, right? Minus 3 to 1, and they said option D, x is less than 3, x is less than 3. Can you proceed? See, that is very small question, right? Because we have seen, right, in our what I can say in Z transformation, I only told you the series expansion of the number series when it is going from, let me write the answer that we saw. நம்ம அங்க என்ன எழுதிருப்போம் அப்படினா, I was traveling from n equal to 0 to infinity with the value of a power n, right? And this answer can be simply written as first term. In the numerator we have to consider first term, right? Do you remember? Yes. In the denominator we have to consider 1 minus common factor. We have to consider 1 minus common factor. And I told you, right, for this one anyway we are sorry guys, I'm really very sorry, please forgive me. Yeah, first term is what? That is 1 upon 1 minus what? First term na meaning enanga, n equal to 0 நீங்க substitute பண்ணனும். n equal to 0 போட்டீங்கன்னா a power 0 will become 1 na, anything power 0 equal to 1 except infinity. So the first term will become 1 only divided by 1 minus common factor is what? Common factor is a. இங்க நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், n குள்ள என்ன term இருக்கோ that is going to be your common factor. And I only told you the mandatory condition in this series is this value of a must be less than 1. Do you remember? Yes, that is the series expansion, right, for n equal to 0 to infinity, right? Just compare this one with this one. Let's proceed further in order to bring the answer with the basic knowledge. See there guys, it's only depending on your basic mathematics, all subjects in signals and system also. Entire is a transformation had been simply derived with one small equation. Do you agree? We had been developed the entire series of convergence and ROS, everything we have done just with the help of this small equation. Same thing we are doing in here also, right? We are doing, right? Yes, let's proceed with this. Anyway, in this case, what they said summation, instead of using n, they are using m, right? So they are using m. They are also traveling from 0 to infinity. And here, guys, I'm just asking you, what is the difference between 1 by 4 whole power m and 1 by 4 power m? Is there any difference? No. Why? Because anything power 1 power m is equal to 1 only. See, m க்கு பதிலா நீங்க என்ன போடலாம், 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, you can go anything power, right? So that is 1 power anything is going to be 1 only, such that this expression there is no difference between these two. So I can say, let me write in the 1 by 4 power m, we can write like this, 1 by 4 whole power m dot second என்ன இருக்கா, we have x minus 1 whole power 2m. நம்ம இந்த ஃபார்மட்டுக்கு கொண்டு வரணும், a power n-ங்கற ஃபார்மட்டுக்கு கொண்டு வரணும், அதாவது whole power m அப்படிங்கற ஃபார்மட்டுக்கு கொண்டு வரணும், right? So let us see in the next step, summation m equal to 0 to infinity. Let me write 1 by 4, right, power 1. Let me write like this, power 1 dot, right, x minus 1 whole square. Let us consider whole power m. Is there any mistake? No. If you are passing this m inside, then automatically you will get 1 by 4 whole power 1 into m will become m, and here you are going to get x minus 1 whole power 2 into m will become 2m only, right? So the answer is what? See there, this is going to be your a. This is going to be your a. So I can say summation m equal to 0 to infinity, I can say a power n. Yes or no? Here a is what? This one. அது அப்படியே இங்க சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணுங்க. That is going to be, இதோட எக்ஸ்பென்ஷன் என்ன? See, a power n க்கு ஆன்சர் இங்க நான் எழுதிருக்கேன். That is first term. Once again, m க்கு இங்க 0 ன்னு சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படினா, m க்கு 0 ன்னு சப்ஸ்டிட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா first term 1 தான் வரும், divided by 1 minus a. Instead of having a, what we have here, for at the place of a, I have 1 by 4 into x minus 1 whole square. But here the mandatory condition is this a must be less than 1. That is the answer where we are looking for. அவங்க என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்க, the series converges. Actually they are looking for region of convergence only. Do you agree with me? Yes, they are looking for region of convergence. Yes. So let me take this question. Let us bring the answer from this, right? So the region of convergence for the given question is, let me rub this one. Let us try and bring the answer for this question, right? So in order to bring out the region of convergence for this given function, see the value of a is 1 upon 4 into x minus 1 whole square should be less than 1. First conclusion, because a is less than 1, so this is my a, so it is less than 1. First condition. Pass this 4 to the right side such that x minus 1 whole square should become less than 4. Let's proceed further. It is going to be x minus 1. Guys listen, square நீங்க பாஸ் பண்ணும்போது, right, நீங்க ஸ்கொயர் இந்த பக்கம் பாஸ் பண்ணும்போது இது என்னவா மாறும் அப்படினா plus or minus 2 ஆ மாறும். Plus or minus 2 in the sense, plus 2 will become here, minus 2 will become here. So it has to be, its range will become plus or minus 2. Are you getting me? So the thing is, square நீங்க இந்த பக்கம் பாஸ் பண்ணும்போது you are going to get plus minus 2. You will get two values. plus in the sense it should be less than 2. Negative value நீங்க பாஸ் பண்றீங்கன்னா you should reverse the condition. It has to be இங்க less than 2 வருது அப்படினா இங்க greater than minus 2 னு வரணும். Clear? While going for minus 2, right? See, நம்ம யூசுவலா என்ன பண்ணிருப்போம் அப்படினா for an example x ஓட வேல்யூ வந்து இப்போ x வந்து less than 2 அப்படினு வருதுனா இத நீங்க மைனஸ் ஆல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணீங்க. For an example minus x less than 2 அப்படினு வருதுன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த மைனஸ் நீங்க அந்த பக்கம் பாஸ் பண்ணும்போது it can be written as x greater than minus 2. எப்பவுமே மைனஸ் போகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா greater than will become less than will become greater than, just to do remember this basics. Okay, let us coming back. So the conclusion is what? It is lies in between minus 2 to plus 2. And then இங்க ஒரு minus 1 இருக்குல்ல, இந்த minus 1 வெளியில பாஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Always இப்போ அந்த minus 1 வெளியில பாஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will go both sides. ரெண்டு பக்கமும் ஒரு ஸ்கேல் இருக்கு, ஒரு ஸ்கேலோட வேல்யூ வந்து minus 1 ல இருந்து plus 1 வரைக்கும் இருக்கு. இப்போ நீங்க அந்த ஸ்கேலோட வேல்யூ வந்து என்ன பண்றீங்கன்னா அந்த ஹோல் ஸ்கேலை வந்து you are going to shift it by plus 1. x minus 1 அப்படினா x equal to plus 1. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? Whole scale will be shifted by plus 1, not one side. அப்ப whole scale என்ன ஆகும்? இந்த minus 1 நீங்க வெளியில பாஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will become plus 1. ரெண்டு பக்கமும் அப்ப என்ன ஆகும் அப்படினா plus 1 ஆல இந்த சிஸ்டம் வந்து ஆட் ஆகும், such that its resultant answer is going to be minus 2 plus 1 will become minus 1, plus 2 plus will become plus 3, such that your answer is minus 1 to 3. Did we got the answer? Yes. The correct answer is option B. Do you agree? Yes, it's very simple question, but in order to trigger your mind I was taking this question, right? I know there was no big things about matrix, right? Yes, let me rub this one. Yeah, let us rub this question. Let's proceed further with the next question, right? Yeah, this question I think they were tested this for 2 mark, right? Let's take the next matrix, right? Depends on, that is Cayley-Hamilton theorem, right? Next question is, the question is given that, right? Please write down the statement. Question is given that matrix A is equal to, right? They said matrix A is equal to minus 5 minus 3 2 0, minus 5 minus 3 2 0, and I is equal to I. Unit matrix ஓட இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரியும், இருந்தாலும் क्वेश्चंस எடுக்கும்போது அவங்களோட ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி அதை ப்ரூவ் பண்ணி காட்டணும், அதுக்காக டேட்டாஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ தட் இஸ் 1 0 0 1 அவங்க எடுத்திருக்க யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ். இதுதான் யூனிட் மேட்ரிக்ஸ்ன்றது நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், ஜஸ்ட் தே ஆர் கிவிங் தி இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், தட்ஸ் ஆல், ரைட்? எனிவே தி क्वेश्चन இஸ் வாட்? then the value of a square is a square or a cube, a cube, right? Then a cube is dash. Question is a cube is dash. Anyway, let me write down the options. Option A, they said 15 times of A plus 12 times of I. Option B, they said 19 times of A plus 30 times of I. Option C, they said 17 times of A plus 15 times of I. Option D, they said 17 times of A plus 21 times of I. Yes. Shall you find out the answer now? Yes, let us trigger. See, whenever we are looking for higher order நாலே உங்க மைண்ட்ல Cayley-Hamilton theorem மைண்ட்ல வந்துடணும், because every characteristic equations will satisfy its own matrix, or each and every matrix will satisfy its own characteristic equation. That's Cayley-Hamilton theorem. அப்ப நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம்? characteristic equation நம்ம மேட்ரிக்ஸா எழுத முடியும் அப்படின்றது அவரோட ஸ்டேட்மென்ட், right? According to his proof, let's proceed. I am in need of a cube, right? நான் அப்படியே அவரோட சொல்யூஷனை பார்க்கும்போதே தெரியும் அது Cayley-Hamilton theorem தான் எழுதிருக்காங்க, right? Yes, let's proceed. In order to obtain the value of a cube, step number 1, given it is the 2 cross 2 matrix. Yes, find out the characteristic equation of the 2 cross 2 matrix. That is the step number 1. Find the characteristic equation. For a 2 cross 2 matrix, its characteristic equation is lambda square minus a times of lambda plus b equal to 0. Do you agree? Yes. Now here lambda square minus a is sum of eigenvalue. Sum of diagonal elements. 0 minus 5 will give you minus 5. Already we have one more minus, such that it will become lambda square plus 5 times of lambda. What about b? b is determinant of the matrix. Minus 5 into 0 will become 0, minus 2 into 3. 2 into minus 3 will give you one more minus 6. Guys, listen. While finding the determinant, product of diagonal minus product of half diagonal, that will give you plus 6. So it is going to be plus 6. It is equal to 0. Clear? I hope you all are getting, right? Can you break this? Yes, I think we can break, because 2 into 3 will be 6 and 2 plus 3 will give you 5. Why I am breaking? See that I am doing unnecessary activities. நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்? நம்மளோட work இது கிடையாது. We are in Cayley-Hamilton theorem. That is enough. We got the characteristic equation, right? So from this, our next step, Every characteristic equation will satisfy its own matrix in the sense lambda will be replaced by the matrix A such that this equation will become A square plus 5 times of A plus இப்போ நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட்டு இது வந்து ஒரு என்ன சொல்கிறதுனா ஒரு ஸ்கேலிங் ஃபேக்டர் லேம்டாங்கிறது ஒரு ஈகன் வேல்யூ அவ்வளோதான். அப்போ இந்த 6 கூட நீங்கள் யாரையும் கன்சிடர் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. ஆனால் இப்போ லேம்டாவை நீங்கள் மேட்ரிக்ஸாக மாற்றிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா வித் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் யூ கேனாட் கன்சிடர் a constant factor, you will have to multiply it by unit matrix such that it will become a matrix now. Clear? Let's proceed further. From this I am in need of A square. So A square value will become minus 5 times of A minus 6 times of I. Just I am passing my 5A and 6I to the right side. In the ரெண்டு term right side pass பண்ணுங்க, you are getting this one. But I don't want this one. My question is A cube is what? அப்போ A cube வேணும் அப்படின்னா take this A square multiplied by A on both sides. ரெண்டு பக்கமும் A ஆல மல்டிபிள் பண்ணீங்கன்னா this whole value will be multiplied by A such that 5 times of A dot A will become A square minus 6 into A into I will become what? A only, because unit matrix value is 1. So it will become A only. Yes, I got the answer, right? So A dot A square is known as A cube. But if you look at the option, your option is not available with this answer. Let me reduce it further. So this A cube can be further reduced to be minus 5 times of A square can be replaced by this one, right? A square can be replaced by minus 5 times of A minus 6 times of I, and here I have one more minus 6A. Just to reduce. If you open up the bracket, minus 5 into minus 5 will become 25 times of A, minus 5 into minus 6 will become plus 30 times of I, and then here I have minus 6A. Let's see, 25 minus 6 will become 19 times of A plus 30 times of I. So the correct answer, let's see, I have not noticed the option. Do you have this option? 90A plus 30A, yes. So the correct answer is 19 times of A plus 30 times of I. That is how we are applying Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all. Let's try the answer for the next question. The question is, next question is, dimension of the null space of the matrix is what? Dimension of the null space of the matrix. We know the answer, right? Dimensions of the null space. Oh, many of you had posted the answer, right? Good. Yeah, fine. Find the next one. See how easy your questions are. I said, right? You can trust me, electrical engineering is easy, right? Just to register that word into your mind, right? But a proper dedication should be required only for 3 months. That's enough. That will trigger your brain. Then you will be able to crack all exams, whichever the exams that you are going to face. Fine. Let's start our journey with the next question. The question is the dimensions of the null space of the matrix. First, write down the question. The dimension of the null space matrix. The dimensions of, wait a minute. Yeah. The dimension of the null space of the matrix, please. Null space of the matrix. Null space of the matrix. That is the question of the matrix. Okay. Matrix yes. The matrix is given as they said 0 1 1 0 1 1. Second it is going to be 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 0 minus 1, right? Let me check it by myself once again. Minus 1 0 minus 1 1 minus 1 0 0 1 1, and they said option A 0, option B 1, option C 2, option D 3. What is the question? Dimensions of the null space matrix, which is equal to what? Already we have seen the formula, null space matrix, right? So dimension of the null space matrix should be equal to what? It is linearly independent variables or free variables, right? We can write free variables. We saw already free variables are what I can say nullity, or we can say nullity. Already we saw the formula, that is equal to number of columns minus rank of the matrix. Do you all agree? Let me treat this one as the matrix A. Shall we proceed? Number of columns 1 2 3, 3 columns are there, minus rank of the matrix, right? We have to find out the rank. அதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? First rank find பண்ணுங்க. What is the procedure? In order to find out the rank of the matrix, we should check whether the given it is singular matrix or not singular matrix. Let's proceed. Singular matrix, okay, அதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? Determinant find பண்ணணும். Determinant என்ன வரும்? 0 into minus 1 into minus 1 will become plus 1 minus 0. Second one minus 1 into minus 1 minus 1 into 0 will become 0, right? That is plus 0, and then plus 1 into 0 will become 0, minus half, minus 1 into minus 1 will become plus 1 only. Anyway, let us look at the answer. This is completely 0, minus 1 into minus 1 will become plus 1, 1 into minus 1 will become minus 1, so I got 0. What is the conclusion? So anyway, generally idhukku நம்ம rank எப்படி எழுதிருப்போம்? This matrix rank can be generally written as, right? The general relation is it will go up to 1 to 3. Do you agree? Yes, because the maximum value is order of the matrix, since order of the matrix is 3 cross 3. But now I am getting singular matrix. For a singular matrix, right, it is less than 3. Less than 3 in the sense either it might be 2 or 1. அதை எப்படி ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க? For that we should travel along with the subsquare matrix, right? Subsquare எடுத்துக்கலாமா? 3 cross 3 க்கு அடுத்த subsquare 2 cross 2. 2 cross 2, select any one 2 cross 2. Shall we go ahead with the first one? 0 into minus 1, 0. Minus of 1 into 1, minus 1. Is it equal to 0? No, not equal to 0. What I have told you, ஒரு 3 cross 3 matrixல இருக்க எல்லா 2 cross 2 subsquare matrixல ஏதாச்சும் one determinant, right? That is determinant of any one 2 cross 2 matrix will become not equal to 0, then the rank of the matrix will become equal to 2. So the rank of the matrix will be 2. So the correct answer is rank of the matrix will be 2. So 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So the correct answer is option B. Right? Did anyone posted the answer? Yeah, many of you, right? Yeah. Fine. Let's proceed with the next question, right? Actually the question is the one pair of eigenvector. Okay, wait a minute. Let me rub this one first and then we shall bring out the answer, right? I think you are requested to find out the eigenvectors, right? Anyway, we know the procedure to find the eigenvector. Let me rub these things. Let's bring the answer, right? The question is next one. What I had been told. The question is write down one pair of eigenvector corresponding to the two eigenvalues of the matrix. One pair of eigenvector. One pair of eigenvector, right? One pair of eigenvector corresponding, right, one pair of eigenvector corresponding to the, right, corresponding to the two eigen values, right, two eigen values of matrix, right, two eigen values of matrix என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னா two eigen value of the matrix is given as 0 minus 1 1 0 is they said they are given four options. Option A they said, right, that is 1j. Option B they said j minus 1, sorry, this is minus j, I think, right? 1 minus j, that is j minus 1. J minus 1 only, no? Yes, j minus 1. Option B they said 0 1, and here it is minus 1 0. They said minus 1 0. Option C they said, you please proceed, right? 1j 0 1. They said 0 1. Option D they said, option D given it is 1j, and with this they had consider j1. They are considering j1. Okay, shall you proceed? Yes, let's go ahead with this. The thing is, if you want to find out the eigenvalue for this matrix, eigenvalue is first of all given it is the 2 cross 2 matrix. So write down the characteristic equation. Step number 1, we have to find the characteristic equation. We have to write the characteristic equation. So let's write lambda square minus a into lambda s and plus b equal to 0, where s lambda square minus a is sum of diagonal, right, principal diagonal, that is 0, right? 0 plus 0 is 0 only, na? Plus b is how much? Determinant of the matrix. Determinant, product of diagonal 0 minus product of half diagonal is minus 1, such that minus of minus will become plus 1, so 1 equal to 0. Anyway, this term is completely 0, so we can write lambda square plus 1 equal to 0, right? Or I can write lambda square is equal to minus 1, or we can say lambda is equal to plus or minus j. We can consider I or j, since in our options they are considering j, so I am just going with the j, plus or minus j. So we got two eigenvalues. Guys, did you notice one more thing? Given matrix is skew symmetric matrix. Let me write one thing here, right? Given it is, anyway this information is not required here, I am just recapturing, right? Given matrix is skew symmetric. Abdina meaning enna? A transpose is equal to minus a, or I can say a is equal to minus a transpose. just you can cross check, it will be satisfied, right? For your skew symmetric matrix, I only told you its correspondent eigenvalue, right? Its correspondent eigenvalue will always be 0 or purely imaginary. Do you remember? Just to revise your notes, I told you, right? I had given this statement already. Either it might be 0 or purely imaginary. Purely imaginary, right? That is the proof for that one. Is it correct? I am getting purely imaginary value, right? Since given it is this skew symmetric matrix, so its eigenvalue is purely imaginary. Anyway, that statement is not required here, but I am just recapturing. Okay, let's proceed with the eigenvalues, because our target is we have to find out the eigenvector, right? So let us go ahead with the eigenvector. So let me rub these things now, right? Let us go ahead with the eigenvectors. So what we got? Lambda equal to plus or minus j, right? So taking two values, right? So first let us consider lambda 1 equal to plus j, and then we will consider lambda 2 is equal to minus j, because we have two values now. Let me go ahead with the first value. Lambda 1 is equal to plus j. If lambda equal to plus j, first of all we have to write the equation. எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? a minus lambda times of I into x equal to 0. That is the equation to find out the eigenvector. Yes. Now here itself, இது நீங்க reduce பண்ணீங்கன்னா என்ன வரும்? Matrix A 0 minus lambda minus 1 1 0 minus lambda. I am requesting you to please reduce this one, and here it is going to be x1 x2. That is what you are going to get, equal to 0. Let us consider first lambda equal to plus j and substitute பண்ணீங்கன்னா this system will become minus j. I am substituting plus j, but here I have minus j minus 1 minus j. Exactly, that is correct. And with this we are going to consider x1 x2, right? And equal to 0. If I solve this equation, what I am going to get here? First this can be considered as, let us consider minus j times of x1 here, and minus 1 into x2 will become minus x2 equal to 0, such that minus j times of x1 equal to x2. Right, this is correct. Or we can also write இது வேற எப்படி எழுதலாம்? x1, that is plus j times of x1 equal to minus அந்த பக்கம் பாஸ் பண்ணினா it can be written as minus x2. That is also correct. Or we can also write like this, x1 equal to, இந்த j அந்த பக்கம் பாஸ் பண்ணினா it will become minus j, or we have one more minus, such that it will become plus j times of x2. This is also correct, right? So we can write this vector equation in three format, right? So first it can be written as this. Is it visible? No, that is not visible, right? What shall I do now? See, நீங்கள் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் வச்சுட்டு இருக்கீங்களே, நான் அதை ரஃப் பண்ணிடுறேன், ரைட்? எனிவே ஐ திங்க் யூ ஆல் ஹாவ் தி ஆப்ஷன்ஸ், ரைட்? அட் லாஸ்ட் வில் பிக் தி ஆன்சர், ரைட்? ஓகே, லெட் அஸ் ப்ரொசீட் பதர் வித் திஸ். ஸோ யூ கேன் ரைட் லைக் திஸ். அப்போ x1க்கு x2க்கு நம்ம சொல்யூஷன் எப்படி எழுதலாம் அப்படின்னா, x1 x2 கேன் பி ரிட்டன் அஸ், ரைட்? இட் கேன் பி ரிட்டன் இன் த்ரீ வே. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன், இன் தி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கேஸ் இங்கே என்ன வரும்? x1 equal to 1, x2 equal to minus j. ஸோ 1 minus j. Either we can write like this, or second case I can say x1 equal to minus 1, x2 equal to plus j. x1 equal to minus 1, x2 equal to plus j. That is also correct. Or we can write third one, x1 equal to plus j, x2 equal to plus 1. So 1 plus j, that is also correct. All these answer were correct, right? So just let us keep it there itself. Now our target is we have to do the same thing for second value lambda equal to minus j, right? So let us consider the second equation. Let us consider x equal to minus j. Let me rub these things, right? So let us rub this one, right? Let us continue our journey with the second one. The second one is sorry, yeah, minus j substitute பண்ணுங்க. If you are substituting minus j, then 0 minus of minus j will become plus j. Exactly, minus 1 it will become plus j, right? And here correspondent vectors are once again x1 x2 equal to 0. If you are writing the expression for this, that is j times of x1 minus x2 equal to 0. Yes, from the first expression, right? So from this, if I will solve this one, jx1 equal to x2. Guys, you can also go ahead with the second equation. Don't think that why I am considering only first equation. It's up to you. You can go ahead with any equations, right? இதே இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் நீங்கள் அங்கேருந்து கேதர் பண்ண முடியும். ஓகே, ஃபைன், திஸ் இஸ் கரெக்ட். ஆர் we can also write x1 is equal to, if I pass this j to the right side, then that will going to be minus j times of x2. That is also correct. Are you getting me? Yes. Or you can write like this, right? In the minus in the book pass panina, it can be considered as minus x1 equal to plus j times of x2. All these possibilities are correct. Let me write the answer, right? So it can be written as x1 x2, right, equal to, and what I can say, first we got for x1 equal to 1, x2 equal to j. So 1j, that is correct. Or the second case, we can consider here I have 1, here I have minus j. So x1 equal to minus j, here it is plus 1. That is also correct. Please wait a minute. Yeah. Or we can consider x1 equal to plus j, x2 equal to minus 1. x1 equal to plus j, x2 is equal to minus 1. Right? இப்போ ஆப்ஷனை செக் பண்ணிக்கலாமா? ஆப்ஷன் ஏ இருக்கா? 1 minus j, yes, that is correct. அதே மாதிரி j minus 1 வந்திருக்கா? இதில் யாருங்கேயாச்சும், yeah, j minus 1. ஆப்ஷன் A is correct. ஆப்ஷன் B, இதில் 1j எங்கேயாச்சும் பாசிபிளி வந்திருக்கா? Yes, 1j இங்கே வந்திருக்கா. This is also correct. இங்கே என்ன வந்திருக்கா? j1 அப்படிங்கிற பாசிபிலிட்டி வரல. இதில் 3 காம்பினேஷன்லையுமே ப்ளஸ் ஜே ப்ளஸ் 1 அப்படிங்கிற காம்பினேஷன் எங்கேயாச்சும் வந்திருக்கா? ஐ மீன் x1 ப்ளஸ் ஜே வரணும், x2 ப்ளஸ் 1 வரணும், ரைட்? அப்படி ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வரல. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ராங். திஸ் இஸ் கரெக்ட். செகண்ட் ஒன் இஸ் ராங். ஸோ ஆப்ஷன் this is D, right? Yes, that is did I make correct statement? Yes, one is 1j, yes, that is correct. Second, they have written j1, right? Oh no, that is not possible, right? And let us try option B and C are wrong, right? Option B and C we cannot consider, just we can neglect them, right? Anyway, so what is the correct answer? We can go ahead with the option A, right? Only one possibility they will give you, right? You don't need to be panic. Fine. Let us proceed further. The next question, right? So let us moving on to the next one. What they said. ஏகனால தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க, அதை நெக்லெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay, the question is okay. That is good question, right? Anyway, in order to recapture the answer for you all, we should go ahead with that one, right? Let me rub this one, right? Write down next question. Let A be an n cross n matrix. Right, anyway, I'm going to write the question here. Yes, let me rub this one. Let A be an n cross n matrix. Let us write the question. Let A be an n cross n matrix. A be an n cross n matrix. They said like this. N cross n matrix with rank R. இந்த ரேங்க் ஆரோட பாசிபிலிட்டி என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா, இட் வில் கோ அப் டு n, பட் இட் இஸ் லெஸ் தென் n அப்படின்னு அவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. நான் சொல்லல, அவங்க அந்த மாதிரி எழுதியிருக்காங்க, ரைட்? ஓகே, இதுலேருந்து நமக்கு என்ன இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடைக்குதுன்றது அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கலாம். நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிடலாம், கொஸ்டின் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிடலாம், ரைட்? தென் ax equal to 0, they said ax equal to 0, okay? Then ax equal to 0 has p independent solutions. Ax equal to 0 has p independent solution, right? Independent solution. It has p independent solution. வந்திருக்கு அவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க p independent solution where p is dash. p ஓட வேல்யூ என்னன்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த டேரெக்டாக கேட்டிருக்கலாம், நம்பர் ஆஃப் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் சொல்யூஷன் எவ்வளோன்னு கேட்டிருக்கலாம், ரைட்? p ஓட வேல்யூ என்னன்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க, where p is dash. Just write down the answer, you know the answer, right? Option A they said R, option B they said n, I think, yeah. Option C they said n minus R, option D they said n plus R. Can you please tell me the answer? The correct answer is what? Since they are talking about, anyway the question is number of independent solution, right? Its answer is, right, number of independent solution should be equal to what? That is dimensions of null space or nullity or free variable or number of independent solution all are equal to what? Number of column minus rank of the matrix. A only rank of the matrix. Proceed பண்ணலாமா? How many columns are there? அதுக்கு நம்ம number of order of the matrix க்கு போணும். எத்தனை கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? n cross n. It denotes that is square matrix, number of rows n, number of columns also n, right? So number of columns n minus rank of the matrix. We have to choose the rank of the matrix, right? இப்போ rank of the matrix க்கு அவங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க? Guys listen, it's clearly given that it is going to be what? 1, it should be less than or less than n. Wait a minute. And here what is it given? Is there any other statement is given as? Let A be a n cross n matrix with the rank R, then Ax equal to 0 has p independent solutions, right? So p independent solutions abdina, it has many solutions, right? Yes. Anyway, the conclusion is what? Since we are going along with the n cross n matrix, right? We are going along with the n cross n matrix, right? If you are finding the rank of this matrix, right? If you are finding the rank of the matrix, right? How will you find out the rank of the matrix for n cross n matrix? See, first of all, collect the given system. System is what? Given it is homogeneous system. First conclusion, given it is homogeneous system. In case of homogeneous system, only two possibilities are there. It is depending on whether the given matrix is singular matrix or non-singular matrix, right? So enna possibilities irukka? The two possibilities are either you might get trivial solution, or you might get non-trivial solution. All of them, right? Only two possibilities are there. Now I said in case of trivial solution, it's a trivial solution means we are talking about non-singular matrix, right? We are talking about non-singular matrix. In non-singular matrix, rank of the matrix should be equal to, right, order of the matrix, right, n, or we can say r, simply we can say number of unknown vector. Is it visible to you all? Yes, that is visible, right? So let us proceed. When we are looking for non-trivial in the sense we are talking about singular matrix. In non-trivial we are talking about singular matrix. In that case, rank of the matrix should be less than n, or I can say it can be written as, right, in case of non-singular matrix, rank of the matrix can be written as number of, that is less than n unknowns, and it should be what, greater than 1, right? Yes, that's all. That is how we are defining the rank in terms of for trivial matrix and non-trivial matrix. That things are perfect, right? Now according to the given option, right, இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், see, since they are talking about n cross n matrix, exactly that is correct, and they said it is not greater than, that is value வந்து கண்டிப்பா 1 கிடையாது அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்க டிஃபைன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, right? I think they made small mistake here. No, that is 0. They said that is greater than 0. Yeah, yes, that is greater than 0 only, right? And the second thing is what, greater than 0, and they are going up to n, right? And since we are having n independent solution, in the sense, what is the conclusion here? N independent solution we are getting more free variables or zero variables. We are getting more free variables, or that is, sorry, p independent solution, free variables அப்படினா what do I mean? Guys listen, upper rank of the matrix first we have to find out the rank of the matrix. Rank of the matrix find பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் you can directly substitute here. Let me call, அவங்க என்ன டிஃபைன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, rank of the matrix can go up to n, right? But it is not equal to 1 n, it is less than n. Less than n அப்படினா that is not exactly known, but we can simply define r, some value, some independent value, but we can simply define less than r, but that value is not known. I can put c, I cannot consider n equal to r னு நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ண முடியாது, ஏன்னா அவங்க ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, n cross n மேட்ரிக்ஸ்ல எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்க ரேங்க் வந்து less than n. அப்ப இதுல இருந்து நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படினா given matrix வந்து சிங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் நான் டிஃபைன் பண்றேன். ஏன்னா சிங்குலர் மேட்ரிக்ஸ்ல என்ன ஆகுனா determinant of the matrix வந்து equal to 0 வரும், அப்ப ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா rank of the matrix வந்து less than n மாறும். So they are talking about this person, first conclusion. அப்ப என்னால என்ன பண்ண முடியாதுன்னா, இங்க I cannot put n. If I put n, then I will get 0, but I cannot put n here, right? So I am considering n number of column minus some rank of the matrix that is not known, right? So the correct answer is what? The number of independent solution. The number of independent solution is going to be n minus r. I hope things are very clear to you all. Yeah, many of you put the answer, right? Yeah, your answer is correct. Just you can write independent solution அப்படிங்கற term நீங்க பார்த்த உடனே you can make this statement, right? Your answer is going to be what? n minus r only, right? So from that point itself you can conclude the answer, right? So that is the next statement that I would like to conclude from here, right? So let us take the next question. The next question is, consider the matrix A is equal to, please once again let me rub these things. The next question is given as, consider the number of independent, sorry, that is not question, consider the matrix A is equal to, right? Consider the matrix A is equal to, let me write the answer. Yeah, let's see. Consider the matrix A, and the matrix A is defined as 2 1 1 and 2 3 4 and minus 1 minus 2, right? Yes, that is matrix A, that is given, right? Now the question is, they said whose eigenvalues are, question is, anyway it's answer whose, this is very good question, I am expecting answer from your side, whose eigenvalues are. They said that is equal to plus 1 comma minus 1 comma plus 3. I said whenever we are talking about 3 cross 3 matrix, value will be given, or otherwise simple equation will be, simple matrix will be given in order to find out the eigenvalue in easiest way, right? ரெண்டுத்துல ஏதாச்சும் ஒண்ணு கொடுத்துருவாங்க. Anyway, the question is then the statement is then the trace of, right, trace, then the trace of a cube minus 3 times of a square is dash. That is the question. Trace of a cube minus a square is dash. See, don't be panicked just by looking at the question, because we know the properties of the matrix. What property we know? The thing is, listen, trace na meaning என்னங்க? Their trace means sum of principal diagonal. Sum of principal diagonal. Diagonal இருக்க வேல்யூ எல்லாம் ஆட் பண்றீங்களா? trace means sum of principal diagonal only. இது மூணுத்தையும் ஆட் பண்ணா என்ன வேல்யூ வருதுன்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. அவ்வளவுதான். principal diagonal, sum of principal diagonal. பட் அவங்க யாரு கேட்டிருக்காங்க? They are talking about in the whole matrix க்கு principal diagonal எவ்வளவு வருதுன்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Right? Don't think that question is very big. No. The question is very easy because they are talking about the properties of eigenvalue. That's why eigenvalue are given clearly. What we know, for A, its corresponding eigenvalue is lambda. For A square, its corresponding eigenvalue is lambda square. For A cube, its corresponding eigenvalue is lambda cube. Do you all agree? Yes. Then for A, its corresponding eigenvalue is 1. Then for A square, its corresponding, let me define one by one. That is also 1 because 1 square will be 1 only, na? Then for A cube, its corresponding value is 1 because 1 cube is 1. Suppose for A, we have 3 eigenvalues. Similarly, here it is minus 1. Then minus 1 whole square will become plus 1. Minus 1 whole cube will become minus 1. Similarly, here I have plus 3. Is it visible that I am writing here? Yes, that is visible, right? So here it is going to be 3 square will become 9 and here it is going to be 27 because 3 cube will be 27 for A cube. Right? Next, we know one more property. Eigen properties, eigenvalue நமக்கு என்ன தெரியும் அப்படினா trace or sum of principal of diagonal should be equal to sum of eigenvalues. That is the property, right? Sum of eigenvalues. Already இத நம்ம பார்த்தாச்சு. Just revise your eigenvalue property, that is sum of eigenvalue. That is very important. You will have to remember, right? Now, what is the conclusion here? The question is, anyway, now I am in need of a cube minus 3 times of a square. Let us try a cube minus 3 times of a square. That should be equal to a cube is what? See, for a cube, let us write. One of the answer, right? So, idoda corresponding eigenvalue enna varum? That is lambda cube minus 3 times of lambda square. Now the answer is going to be what? Lambda cube. Guys, listen. Lambda cube அப்படினா a cube பத்தி பேசணும். இவங்கள பத்தி பேசணும். First இங்க lambda cube ஓட வேல்யூ 1 இருக்கா? 1 minus 3 times of lambda squared value 1 such that it is equal to 1 minus 3 will be equal to minus 2. Similarly, second lambda cube, here we have minus 1 minus 3 times of இங்க lambda square ல 1 தான் இருக்கு such that it is also equal to minus 2. Next, sorry, here I think I made mistake. Minus 3 minus 1 will become minus 4, that is minus 4. Next, here we have 27. Yes, we have 27 minus 3 times of 9. Is it correct? Lambda square dane? Yes, lambda square is 9 only. That is going to be what? See, 3 times of 9 will be 27. Not 27 minus 27 will be 0 only. So this is the eigenvalues of this one. Idoda eigenvalues lambda 1. Let me define lambda 2, lambda 3. Now what is the question? Idoda sum தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. That is a trace of this matrix. அப்ப trace equal to யார்? Trace equal to sum of eigenvalue. Eigenvalues of this matrix are known. இத ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்வளவு வருது பாருங்க. minus 2 minus 4 minus 0. Minus 2 minus 4 0 will become equal to minus 6. So the correct answer is what? The correct answer is, right, sum of trace of the matrix or question trace தான கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Trace of the matrix should be equal to minus 6. That's all. That is the correct answer. Okay, I hope things are very clear to you all. Why many of you guys are put 0? No, that is not the answer. Please keep your observation. Question is, yes, there is sum of trace of eigenvalue. Okay, this is how we are solving the problems in max, that is what I can say matrix. The same way இன்னும் easier இருக்கும் questions, right? I will pass you, that is I will send you few more some 20 or 30 questions. Please to try to solve all those questions, then matrix will become very easy. Okay, with this let's wind up. This is all about matrix. It's over, right? From tomorrow onwards we shall start the second chapter, guys. This differential calculus and differential, that is vector calculus, we will see at last. Okay, anyway, some basics and the vector calculus differential calculus some basics and எனக்கு தேவை in order to solve the problems in differential equations and some other variables. First I will directly give the things அங்கே நான் அப்படியே கொடுத்துருவேன். Anyway, the conclusion is some chapters are very small. Differential equation, complex variable, 2 days are more than enough. We need to complete them. At last we will take differential calculus because that will take some 3 to 4 days, right? And then quickly we will complete our max. Okay, so the conclusion, tomorrow we are going to start differential equation. That's all. Okay, if you have any other doubts you can ask in the group. With this, let's wind up. Thank you all.